nuts from down to the Jordan. We got to get it. That's no wonder. There it is on the side of the wall. Yes, it always make you populate the people, and then you never get to it. That's why I figured that out. She had to give mine in my hand, then I went back. Then I forgot. I figured, and they just made me remind me. That's funny stuff. I think everybody programming don't really know. No, they got see.
Yesterday even, I had to stand up. I get up too.
come on the screen.
That house is the big 7 years of tax. And it should be done that.
Somebody had to can't look. I'm worried boy come out and you up there making it. You ain't gonna say nothing. Not being one you ain't gonna white people. Ah, see you every time dang. Wow. That's a jump. Still jumping America. Hey, look at this. Ooh. Hey. Ooh.
You don't get no voice.
Whoa. See the picture. I just my phone. Talk about that phone again.
get the community grant budget report?
Is it in my, what's the name right now? My
It probably was in your mailbox. I did that today because people were questioning some of the community grant money, so well, I guess I have to make some larger. It says total. It says total. It says total. So I gotta fix that. I was working when I was doing this, you know? Dennis, did you see the report I did? I've never had any questions about what I did, so. No, it's not, actually. I got a plan.
Okay, good.
I'll look at it right now.
Brother know it. It looks like
The last bill calculated was,
just go back and check this book out. That's the one document. Did you know that? You know that? That's your little brother, huh? Child, there you go, right? I ain't on the around here. I just see another big guy just like him. And his wife, see hugging. They go off here, but sitting beside him. Nobody knows each other in here. Be saying you get into these private mix. Okay.
in this case, now that I see one coming in, that's what they were waiting for. And so, when you see Murphy coming, they should not come to their seat and call this meeting to order. So, I appreciate y'all and happy holidays.
About time you got here, sir. You'll bring up the form. Sit us all on. We're gonna get that money. Release that money. Don't get the money. Give it to your honey. But Shaq. You went treat Miss Priestley.
She went to your mailbox. She saw your position. Yeah. I was being polite. Man.
I didn't know what was going on.
No. No, you figured it out. All the investments come from the third board. Where's yours? He's got, are you right up against the wall? I thought
Sorry, Quincy, that's me.
Quincy, that was yours.
I'm sorry. I thought. Sorry. I didn't know that was your spot. I can go fix it. You want me to go move it? I didn't know that.
There's lots of space down there.
The time is now 5:57, and the special city council meeting is now being called to order. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Mayor, is my name? Ms. Lewis?
Present.
Present.
Mr. Murphy?
Present.
Ms. Priestley?
Present.
Ms. Hunter?
Present.
Ms. Burns?
Present.
Ms. Mack?
Present.
Mr. Piper?
Present.
Ms. Worthing? Present. Members present?
We have 8 members present. Now it's time for the pledge of allegiance. Ms. Worthing, would you lead us in the pledge of allegiance?
Pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So before we get a prayer or the blessing, we want to take remembrances for those that have transitioned. We have anyone that comes on like to remember.
Madam Chair,
Ms. Hunter,
I would like to have a moment of silent prayer for the family of Gerald Brown.
okay. So anyone else would like to add? Anyone else? Okay, seeing none, I would like to have a moment of silence for Mr. Demetri Johnson. Mr. Demetri Johnson. So seeing that there's no one else, we go ahead and ask for Councilman Michelle to lead us in the blessing.
All lines are clear. Heavenly Father, we come to you now, just first and foremost, thank you for this day and time. Thank you for allowing us all to listen to another day. Thank you for your grace, your mercy, your love, and your faithfulness. We ask now that we will go through this meeting in a civil honest way, that we will respect one another, Lord God, that we will focus, that we will do things that uplift the residents of Flint. Father God, and we just thank you that as we travel back to our respective locations, that you keep us safe and no hurt, harm, or danger will come our way. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. So now it's time for the reading of the disorderly person city code subsection. Any person that persists in disrupting this meeting will be in violation of the Flint City Code section 3110. Disorderly conduct, assault, battery, or disorderly person, and will be subject to arrest for a misdemeanor. Any person who prevents the peaceful and orderly conduct of any meeting will be given one warning. If they persist in disrupting the meeting, that individual will be subject to arrest. Violators shall be removed from the meeting. What is your point of order?
My point of order is on the agenda, and I'm looking at the council rules. After the reading of the disorderly person subsection, for our meetings, it says regular meetings, but it says agenda change, request for changes or additions to the agenda. And I don't see that nowhere on this agenda. So I move that we have that opportunity, and I so move.
Mr. McMahon, that motion is improper because the meeting is scheduled as posted with no changes.
Beg your pardon?
The meeting is posted and we must go by the posted agenda. So that's why there is no option for agenda change. We went over this a few times in other special meetings. So this meeting is no different.
Point of order. Madam Chair, I just made a motion.
That's fine. But the motion is improper. And so therefore, we will not
I
have.
feel the ruling of the chair.
Okay. That's fine. Go ahead. So is that an official appeal?
Yes. Second.
Did you say that you're going to appeal or that you?
No, I said I appeal the ruling of the chair, not
Okay,
entertain my motion.
sounds good. Is there a second?
I second that.
Okay. Second by Ms. Burns. And the appeal is regarding the order of the special meeting as posted. Please proceed, Mr. Mays.
Madam Chair, all around the country in meetings, before you start the business, the opportunity is for members of the body, if there is any agenda change, is to have an opportunity to request or make changes or additions to the agenda. And for you to give me the floor and then say you're not going to entertain a motion that's been made properly is a little much. Doesn't matter what the motion is. If we elected members and we make a motion, your job is to ask, is there a second? But you ruled the motion was improper, and you ruled that because you posted this meeting a certain way, you're not going to allow motions and or in this instance agenda changes. Now, I seen just the other day where Ms. Word, if it's true, I don't believe everything I read in the newspaper probably, but she said she was giving up her seat. But right now she's here. And I don't know what her and the other four of y'all will do when it comes to motions and an opportunity for agenda changes. Normally, y'all vote in a block. Y'all vote together. Y'all might vote together on this one. But I know as long as I'm elected to my seat, I'm going to exercise my opportunity to put a motion on the floor. I'm going to exercise my opportunity in the last meeting of the year that was called by y'all Y'all got up and left the other day. We could have this business done, and I could be doing my Christmas shopping.
Yeah, like that, right?
But I took time to come, and you, for one, wants to keep us from putting anything on the agenda or moving something around before you carry out your dictates and missions. I'm gonna be voting yes that we can make agenda changes. I'll see what the rest of the folks do.
Anyone else like to speak on the debate? All right, seeing none, the podium call for the vote. The vote is to overturn the ruling of the chair. If you want to overturn the ruling of the chair, you will vote yes. If you want to support the ruling of the chair, you will vote no. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. May.
Yes.
Ms. Lewis.
No.
Mr. Murphy.
No.
Ms. Priestley.
No.
Ms. Murphy Carter.
Yes.
Ms. Burns.
Yes.
Ms. Shad.
No.
Ms. Fleischer.
Yes.
Ms. Worthing.
No.
Ms. Lewis, 4 yes, 5 no.
Vote is 4 yes, 5 no, that being died. So therefore, we are on to public speaking. The first public speaker, Madam Clerk.
First speaker is R.L. Mitchell.
Good evening, Council. I'm Mr. Ira L. Mitchell. And the peoples of America, you remember what happened last week when I left off at the point of order by Ms. Worthy, and she called a point of order and she closed this council out, and now she on the news talking about she's gonna give up her reservation before she take care of these $50 million to keep the blackies, the darkies from getting the money. You peoples down in Bainbridge, Georgia, and especially the Eloise family, that's a white family. My mama used to work for them. You ever saw that movie called The Help? But that was my mama all the way. Me and I was 3 years old. Me and my brother happened to go over in the woods and wonder what my mama was going back in the woods to the big white house. And she seen us in the kitchen. My mama is a preacher's daughter at that. We thought everybody was socialized until she saw me and my brother come in the kitchen. She acted like she saw a rat in the kitchen and ran me and her kids, white boys, and ran us out. My mama just sitting there like ain't nothing happened. And then before you knew it, I ended up in Flint, right over on St. John Street, by Fairview School. Then the tennis broke out. But the government got involved and they found out where my mama come from, Georgia. They figured my mama can settle the situation. Put all the black women to the school, and they invented potluck and all that stuff, and sewing circles and all that stuff. And now you see what situation we're in now, America. Their money ain't nothing to we peoples in Flint, because now they putting billions of dollars out in the field and just see what somebody gonna do about it. And marijuana, dope, cocaine's right there, and nobody don't know where it's come from. And that's when everything gets straight in Flint. That's what the peoples like Miss Worthy sit up there and do it, and everybody follow lead like that Dr. Lewis, the darky. But you hear me, Miss Eloise, come up to Flint and settle this situation, because they leave it up to the kids to feed. I'm sure my mama would have told me what really was happening if we asked her. I don't ask my mama nothing with that either, but we were thinking about the white man of the house. If he would have saw us in his house, and his wife chasing and his kid chasing, what we have to do? We didn't have to deal with the white man. Nobody don't run no donkey out, all that junk. My mama, she come from a preacher house and stuff, and that's why they think people go to church down in Georgia ain't nothing but pushover like Martin Luther King. Think they shoot him in the head and get away with it. You drunk in Georgia, you take that. Tick-tock that, America.
Next public speaker.
The next speaker is Elizabeth.
What?
to us to, in my opinion, to protect Mr. Mann's. So today in the journal or in the paper, there was a photograph of the mayor having a ribbon cutting for apartments. Some of you were present in there. But it's interesting because that doesn't promote property taxes. Home ownership promotes property taxes. We're not building homes for residents. But that gets in the media, and while the media is here, I really think you should take the time to talk to some of us that are here so that there's other opinions that get in the paper. It's not just the obstruction of what the mayor does. It's about how we don't have a furnace, how we don't have a roof, how we don't have windows, how we don't have water heaters. Those are homes. Those are homes. So if a cadre of gentlemen appear at the council and say, we are landlords and we want you to do what we want you to do, all of the attention goes there. And that threatens me because the community has been coming here since ARPA money ever was mentioned about the things that they need. Residents of the city of Flint have priority over all. Priority of the people have, it's just important for us to pay attention. There are 5 council members that frighten me endlessly. I think you're gonna say something up here that's going to hurt somebody's feelings out here, and you're gonna call a person in a uniform and say, have Elizabeth removed from this meeting. And someone may not like that. And you're gonna be causing the reason for a violent act here. Thank you, Mr. And that's very threatening because you have chosen, you 5, have chosen to use police officers against residents of the city of Flint. And that's highly inappropriate. And you have to stop, you 5. You can't say, remove her because you don't like what I say, or you don't like my appearance, or whatever it is about liking or unliking. I don't like what the mayor's doing. He won't come to the council meeting and stand in front of us and say, I'm going to put up apartments and honor these people that are here. But what about those of us that have homes and need windows and furnaces and hot water heaters? That pay taxes. We pay taxes. We were born here. I was born here 80 years ago.
Thank you. Next one speaker.
The next speaker is Rose Morrow.
Hello everyone, hello city council members. My name is Rose Morrow and I'm a resident of the city of Flint and I live in the 1st Ward. I'm here in support of Councilman Eric Mays and a few other issues. We can't go, and I said it the last time I was here, we can't go without a voice. The 1st Ward is hurting, the whole city's hurting. The unprofessionalism of some of the city council members, you should be ashamed of yourself. I'm not speaking for all of you because some of you do try really hard. I've been walking into different wards trying to help people with applying for home repair, just trying to help some of our senior citizens. That's basically who I've been working with. I walk through neighborhoods, try and pick up trash, everything. I do everything I can. I have a former police officer for 29.5 years. I'm disabled now because I got attacked. So I can't be a police officer anymore, but I still, when I relocated back to Michigan and I seen the condition of the city, I've been trying to help. And I do the best I can. And I don't have a lot of money and I'm not rich, but I buy a lot of stuff myself. Second thing, like I said, I live in the 1st Ward. You know, it bothers me. Last night I had a sergeant from South Carolina call me and it was embarrassing because he stated, hey Lieutenant, did you say you were relocating back to Flint, that was your hometown? Somebody said you from Flint. They were watching on their break TikTok videos of the council members arguing. It was embarrassing. My words to him was, Sarge, I'm not your lieutenant anymore, but don't call me no shit like this again. Because I'm already ashamed of it. I said, it already hurts my feelings. I'm ashamed. I'm not ashamed of everybody because I do see what some people are trying to do. And everybody makes mistakes. Some people's just, I don't know, position to go to the head or whatever, I don't know, okay? But it's time for a change. This is the end of the year. The city council members, in my opinion, and I work budget with the police department and grants and everything, we should be concentrating on the budget, issues of importance, the ARPA funds. But we spend so much time arguing that nothing's being accomplished. You guys, I know you have families, but you sit here for hours arguing and poking the finger and bullying each other and being mean to each other, that nothing's getting accomplished. This is the end of the year, and I'm praying for 2024. You guys may think I'm crazy for doing this, but I'm trying to organize, and if I think I have to go through the mayor's office to do it, to get as many residents as I can, just to hold hands, go around City Hall and pray. Just to somebody to say a prayer for City Hall, say a prayer for the city. Again, the residents, research before you vote, because the vote could come back and bite us all in the ass. You guys threatened to put us out, and the lady mentioned this, but I already had it. You threatened to put us out, call the officer on Officer Metcalf, but who controls you and your behavior? This is not fair. You guys are so mean to each other. I witnessed the meeting the other night that got canceled. That was wrong. Thank you.
Next speaker.
The next speaker is Trevor Guerrero.
Good evening, folks. I'm Trevor Guerrero from the Fifth Ward. I'm here to speak for Eric Mays and my councilwoman, Jerry Woodbury Carter. My biggest concern is with the money coming through the city, it seems that you just want to put those two out or try to cow and bully them so they do not speak. You're trying to remove Eric Mays so his ward doesn't have a voice, and so you can just push through a rubber stamp without debate, without discussion. I'm looking at most of you right now, you don't even have the courage to look at me, a public speaker. I wonder, why do you even have public speaking on these then? You put it at the top of the list, showing this is your top priority, instead of anything else. I can't even see you do the same when it comes to money to the city, when it comes to money to the citizens. But those 501c3s, they go straight to the top. Strange. When you're paying your friends or you're paying yourself, you take priority, not us. And now you're trying to remove someone who does speak for us, or bully someone who does speak for us. And you have done it in the past. This is disgusting.
Next public speaker.
Next speaker is Dominic Gale.
Hi, my name is Dominic Gale. Some say Nikki or AKA Lake Brick. I am not a resident, but I've been a resident over 20 years in Flint, Michigan. And I left that area would be Ward 7, if I still was staying there. But I'm here to represent Councilman Eric Mays and Councilwoman Jerry Carter. What I want to say with this list of people, Councilman Eric Mays, the two top ladies, Councilwoman Jerry Carter, Councilwoman Tanya Burns, Pfeiffer, Councilman Pfeiffer, 810 Media, my sister Beverly, all of you. Jealousy is strong. The Bible even says jealousy is cruel as a grave. So I'm telling you, this jealousy has to go. And to go through this real quick, I've been traveling with Eric for the longest. And this goes on and on and on. I sat next to his mother in court with Eric and watched the judge and the lawyers turn red because he knew just as much. And the anger of Councilwoman Lewis, Eric, if she can kill you, she would. And I'm going to hurry up and say this to Murphy, Councilman Murphy, I don't know if it's true, I'll say allegedly. I hear you on sick leave. I worked at GM 43.6 years. If you are on sick leave, you're in trouble. Because the only way, if you could be up here on this council, is you getting paid under the table. And I know nobody's getting paid under the table. That's your insurance that you're frauding. Now let me see you put that on the resolution. Because you cannot be on sick leave. Now I'm going to leave this with Eric Mays. He beats a 98 .9, along with my nephew, Uphill. Wake up, everybody. Wake up.
Good evening, Council. I got a problem here. I'm here to represent the second
Mr.
ward.
Davis, excuse me. Mr. Davis, please hold.
Once again, I'd like to thank this body, but we got a serious problem. I'm here as the second ward council person, because we don't have a council person representing us over there. First of all, this council president attacked me along with Pastor Gilbert sitting right there in Winters and called me a lie over in Southwestern. I work for Teach Out Security, professional security company. The vice principal of the council was walking Dr. Liddell Lewis on the other side to homes. As the principal walked in, Liddell Lewis looked back and said, "Bitch, hoe," and another word worse than that, and gave me the dirtiest look. I'm about to file a complaint against you. And I made a complaint with the school, with the same one, but the principal went on to say, "You her friend." Oh no, I don't care nothing about that. Right is right. We have no representation.
Rule was 27.2. You said don't be about giving. You cannot become argumentative with the public. Did you say be about it? We heard it.
That's
Yeah,
I
heard
didn't say anything. Nice
Yeah,
job.
you did.
Moving on. Continue, Mr. Mays.
I heard it. I'll move on from there. Maybe your mind could bring this to remembrance. Mayor Neely called me. We had a long, intense conversation day before the state of the city. For 2 hours, he heard me with my frustration. Cussing and raving, that was me because nobody in our ward has no representation. I appreciate Mayor Neely for listening. So I goes to the state of the city, didn't hear nothing about the second ward other than blight removal and demolition. On the way out, tell me I'm lying now, Vice President Candace Mashak called me. "Maurice, can I speak to you?" I stopped at Mid Hall with all of the police there. As me and Candace entered into conversation, we were just talking about what could she do better, pleasantries or regular conversation. Guess what? Up walked Liddell Lewis. "Bitch. Bitch." to the place where Candace dropped her arms and walked away.
Okay.
Now, you can lie and get up in that chair. That ward now is in foreclosure, market rate houses over there, not a damn dime from the opera funds, the water, or nothing else, because people believed in that lie. I never missed a vote, and never ever turned my back on poor folks. And now you want to condemn Mays, Jerry Winfrey Carter, anybody else that stand up, that believe that the second ward and any other poor side, white, black, blue, green, have representation. Now, next time you do it, I will be filing charges. You got one more time, because your bullying tactic, it was so bad, ladies and gentlemen. I grabbed my phone because I couldn't believe what had happened. With all these police, what she wanted to do. I grabbed my phone and recorded her, and I'm wrapping up. I recorded her, and then she in there and walked away. Have a great day.
It's Pollard, P-O-L-L-A-R-D, a.k.a. Baby Doll. This is what I'm going to say to you guys. It's very sad that you five families don't give a damn about the resident. Y'all don't care about these kids. Y'all don't care about the college students. Y'all showing poor example. And then what I don't like, I was gone for a couple of whiles because I was sick, but I watched the whole video. Liddell and you, Worthy, y'all stay in y'all phone. Y'all supposed to be listening to the people who comes here to talk to you guys. Y'all down in y'all phone, send a text message to each other, and then y'all be on Facebook, you talk about people, then you talk about, don't call us out our name. But even Worthy, you have said a lot of BS about everybody. I don't look at color, Sister Clark. Because I have every race in my family. Y'all is pitiful, you five families. And then Judy, you let her bully you on this last meeting. You walked out standing up like a real woman and get her in her place. You know her, Lewis, Candace, and Worthy is out of control. You know it so deep down in your heart. That's why you walked out here when she got in your butt. You know the truth hurts. You guys need to get together. All y'all do is sit here and vote no all together. Nothing not gonna never get done. Y'all don't care about nobody in Flint at all. So won't y'all just remove yourself? Remove yourself. Say somebody got to record you, move your devil's self. Because you ain't working for God, baby. Because if you love God like you say you do, you would do right by these people here. I got kids here, and grandkids, and my mother still in Tennessee County. Y'all supposed to represent the whole Tennessee County. Y'all don't. All y'all care about giving the money to these rich people that already got money. They come and say, I want 100,000. And then they come back, oh, I need 200 more dollars. But y'all not even finding out is they taking their money doing what they say they done. And then when y'all had to meet, Liddell, you getting money. Candace, you getting 300,000. You going, Liddell, y'all both said the other day, oh yeah, Candace gonna get her money. And then you got smart with Miss Tanya. It's all on the video, baby girl. Liddell Lewis. You said, oh, I'm gonna get mine too. So we heard it. Y'all fraud is hell. And won't even give the resident nothing to help them out, and the taxes coming out their pocket. Not these rich people coming up here asking for money. Where Miss Mona at? Who y'all gave all that money to? Where are the people who got the 72,000 million, whatever you gave them? Where they at? Have they showed y'all what they done with the money yet? Have anybody came in here and showed y'all anything? They ain't showed y'all nothing. Y'all just go by what they say. And then the guy that worked for Nearly, he always told me, I'm gonna get this stuff ready. And they ain't brought nothing here yet. Since 2 months ago, y'all been asking for paperwork and they ain't brought no Miss Dale Lewis. Bully.
The next speaker is Ruth Spears.
Good evening. My name is Bruce Steers. I've been kind of like in this council chambers since Mr. Murphy, Matt Taylor, and I'm here to tell you, y'all need to take some lessons. I came here this evening not to criticize or to even take sides, but to illustrate.
Excuse me, sir, I'm sorry. The clock.
Pardon me? Am I okay now? Thank you. Okay. When I came here, I was about 22 years old. I'm 67. I don't speak with authority, I just speak with experience. So, I know you're all at brothers with each other, and that's okay, because that's just the part of life that we live in now. I'm here to speak for Mr. Eric Mays, because when Debbie Stabenow was running for office for Congress, Mr. Eric Mays was here. None of you were. Okay? So, I'm not trying to belittle or berate. I'm trying to encourage you that as a person, we all have our limits. And we all have our abilities. And so I'm trying to encourage you not to forget the allegiance of Mr. Mays to the city, regardless of what you may think of him. His allegiance, his loyalty. These are the things that are most important to the city of Flint right now. We must not lose sight of our victory, and we are so close to a victory. It's up to you, every one of you, to step up to the challenge without remorse, regret, and remember the legacy of all of the people before you that have sat in the chairs that you hold. Thank you.
Thank you. Next public speaker, please.
The last speaker is Beverly Briggs.
Hi, my name is Beverly Biggs Levy. I come up here today because it's wrong for you to try to take Eric down out of his seat for 3 months. It's wrong for you to try to get Jerry Carter Winfrey out or sit her down, whatever you're going to do. But it's more wrong that Quincy is on not sick leave, he on slick leave. And I did call your job today, and I reported it. If you can sit up here on the council seat, you can go to work at Lear's. And I made sure I let them know who I was, and I want all of you guys to get together, call Lear HR, and let them know he's sitting in his seat, but he ain't at Lear. So slick leave ain't gonna work today. And Eva, you tell yourself, stepping down. Why do you don't step down now? What are you waiting on? You're already gone. You ain't gonna put your name on the ballot because you won't win. That's why your name's not gonna go on the ballot. Liddell, I got 300 signatures already for you. And it ain't been 2 weeks. You're going to be smile. Now you're holding your head up to see what I'm saying. Now before you had your head down in your coochie. But you can hold it up now. You guys are wrong for what, yeah, I can say what I want to say. This is public speaking. Public speaking.
Miss Biggs,
Yeah.
that was inappropriate.
Okay, it's inappropriate that y'all had your head down for everybody that spoke. Everybody that spoke. Everybody. Hold your head up. Listen to what I've got to say. Because I'm recalling. My name gonna be recalled. Get you out of these seats. You're not fair. You're getting this money to put in your own pocket. You're not giving the citizens of Flint a dime. But you got 50,000. She got 300. Come on now, make it make sense. If you guys out here in the public don't see this, over the network don't see this, make sure you call Lyra HR on Quincy Murphy for working. And I mean what I say. I'm not backing down, and I let them know what my name is, Beverly Biggs Levy. Have a blessed day.
So that concludes the public speaking, Madam Clerk, is that correct? All right, so now it's time for council response. Any response from the council?
Madam Chair.
Mr. Carter.
Thank you, Madam Chair. First, I would like to thank all of the public speakers. Thank you for coming forth with your issues, concerns, your comments, your opinions. Thank you. Thank you for being engaged. Look, it's a lot going on. Yeah. When I tell you, we can't make this stuff up. It's a lot going on. And all of you who came up to speak, Miss Liz Taylor, I heard what you said. You are absolutely right. Miss Rose, thank you. Yes, it's a lot of arguing amongst the council members, but you know, you got five. They call them the shady five. They keep up a lot of mess. Yes, they do. Trevor, yeah. Yes, it is disgusting, Trevor, wherever you are, it is. You know, you sit here, you want to suspend Councilman Mays, you want to censure me, you want to, you've already censured Councilwoman Burns, but many of my colleagues sitting amongst us, they should be censured. They should be suspended about it. Maurice, former Councilman Maurice Davis, yes, she is out of control. Absolutely. At a school building, cussing out people. Shameful. Amelia Pollard, you know what? She's very unethical. We got two council members up here who want to get money. Want to get some of the opera money. Unethical.
Yeah, Madam Chair. Yeah, look, I appreciate those who said kind words on my behalf. And I see others. Sir, I appreciate you. I never would have knew that you was going to say kind words. I appreciate it. I was at the Christmas party at Hasselbrink today in my ward. We had a good time, Rose, Brad, and his members here. When they make this move, they gonna learn something. If and when they make it, they gonna learn something. They ain't really seen and heard from folks yet. Thanks again. Hey, look, check this out. He spoke about the history of Flint. Chester Simmons, Woody Everly, Floyd McCree, Bertie Evans, just to name a few. Never in 30 years have we seen a group of council people make these type of moves on another council person. We don't know if it's legal, constitutional, or what. But they get advice from This guy sitting over here. He told them they could deliberate outside of the council meeting. The open meetings are actually you can't. It's recorded. He done gave bad legal advice. He refused to give me outside attorney when he's conflicted with him and or the mayor. It's just a matter of time. I say the Lord is moving and the devil ain't gonna win. I said that when I seen evil take her name off the ballot. If we put 1 or 2 of them and 2 or 3 of them still here, they in for a ride. Folks ought to be nice during Christmas time, but they ain't.
Anyone else who like to speak for the council response?
Madam Chair,
Ms. Miles?
thank you. I want to thank all the speakers who came out. It is unfortunate that we do have to address that we are trying, well, not we, they, specifically some of our council members who are trying to remove a council member for 90 days because they want to give political rebukings. They feel that they are the end-all, the deity, when power has gone to their head. They don't know what to do with it. This has become a hustle for them. And I'm gonna keep saying, they hustle in the city, some of them. You know, they're mad because, you know, they voted to give a $72 million tax break. They're mad because $300,000 is coming from their nonprofit, $50,000. Before our last meeting, they said, hey, I'm gonna get my money. And gave a thumbs up. It's on video. I was called a hood rat, but the hood I'm from is from St. John Hood. Come on. And that's from Flint. So that part didn't bother me. What bothers me is when I see the blue tarps in these wards and the residents who are really suffering. And they come here and make it personal. This business should have been done last week. We shouldn't be here today. I had stuff to do. We here because the president and vice president walked out and didn't call the meeting to order. They did not call the meeting to order. They're wasting your time, your tax dollars. They walked out on Flint residents. We shouldn't even be here at all. So this is a public political lynching. That's exactly what it is. They want to lynch those who speak out against the wrongdoing, because they have a problem with it. Now, if you don't mind them slipping money in their pockets and giving a thumbs up, that they making sure they look out for themselves, that's why they're mad. And I'm gonna keep speaking out. They went after everyone who speaks out. They made up stories, exploited people, just lying. The one on me that they said was all lies and they voted for it. And when you tell lies, all 5 of you, you need to understand that makes you liable because you made slanderous statements. And I'm going after you for that legally. You need to understand that. If you're going to say something about me, make sure it's the truth. Because it's the truth that y'all get 50,000, 300,000, and you're going to get yours. You're wrong. And
thank you. Anyone else would like to speak before the speakers?
Madam Chair?
Mr. Crawford?
Yeah. What Ms. Burns said was correct, 100%. We shouldn't be here right now, but the council president and the vice president refused to call the meeting to order and finish the business on Monday. That's on tape. And, you know, it's funny that we got to get the business of the city done before the new year because we're on time deadlines. But what's the first item on the agenda? To get rid of Eric. So that's the most pressing thing that we have on our agenda is to get rid of Eric Mays. What Mr. Mays said was correct. In a few months, 4 short months, the majority is going to be the minority. And let me say this. May God have mercy on the enemy, the souls of my enemies, because I will not.
Uh-oh, help yourself.
Anyone else like to speak in the council response?
Yes.
Mr. Murphy.
Thank you so much. Thank you to all the speakers who spoke. And, let me speak briefly on the because I received a text message early this morning to the public, to those who may not know that I was aware of them calling my job. One of the things that I thought when I heard about it was that it was an attempt to get me to stay home so I won't be the fifth vote for me coming to. So when I heard the speakers, I didn't know where it came from.
Paul, please reclaim this time to be able to stop the time.
Request information.
What is your request?
Through you to the speaker, can you clarify what you mean, the fifth vote for what?
So as a result, to answer your questions, Councilman Murphy is here tonight, and I'm sitting in my third ward seat representing what I'm supposed to do. So thank you for your concerns about my other job outside of this. And then to Trevor, while you were speaking, I was taking notes. You talked about our priorities, the 501c3s and the bullying tactics and all of that. So while you were speaking, I was taking notes, and that's why my head was down. And to Liz Taylor, you spoke on 5 of us, I'm not sure because you didn't say names, calling the police to have members of the public escorted out. If you do your research, and I know you're a good researcher and you like to read and do your homework, you ain't never seen Councilman Murphy call no policeman to have someone escorted out this meeting. So I don't know what 5 you're talking about, but I just want to clear that up. I ain't one that just have the police have people escorted out of the city council. Not saying I won't do it, but that's not me. And then for the young lady Rose who spoke about the discord here at city council, yes, and hopefully we'll be able to get some things done. I agree with you when you spoke up here.
All right, anyone else would like to speak during public comment? Anyone else? All right, saying that there's no one else that would like to respond, I'll be the last to go ahead and speak. So there are some things going on with Second Ward. Not enough, but there are a few projects. So the Second Ward was grandfathered in to the bursting project. So to Mr. Davis' comment, the Second Ward is now receiving that $26 million project. And we're proud that we're receiving that. I voted wholeheartedly to make that happen. Unfortunately, when I saw Mr. Davis at the school, what Mr. Davis not saying is that on his podcast, he referred to me as a bitch, a hoe, and a heifer. He was saying, we gotta get that bitch out of there, get that heifer out of there, that hoe out of there. So when I saw Mr. Davis, I told Mr. Davis, I'm not a bitch, a hoe, or a heifer. And if you would like to hear Mr. Davis call me these things, please tune in to his podcast on December the 9th. Well, please stop the time. What is your time?
Ain't y'all got a resolution before us about council people acting with decorum and saying bad words, and that's what you rattling off bad words? Do it apply to you? Or do we have freedom of speech to say bad words? That's what Mother used to call it. Your decorum is whack. Trying to get back in Mr. Davis, I think you out of order. That's my point of order. You lacking decorum. Now how you rule on that point?
Mr. Wayne,
you rule that I'm right or I'm wrong?
Your point of order is well accepted. So
you out of order? You gonna warn yourself?
Not at all.
I appeal the rule because of it.
There's an appeal for the ruling of the chair. Is there a second?
I support that appeal.
And there's support. Alright, so there is a appeal for ruling the chair that the chair should warn herself for using language. Go ahead.
Yeah, Madam Chair, the reason I appealed it, Mr. Davis, former Councilman Davis, the reason I appealed it, because here they got a resolution on me talking about my aggressive and profane language, and that I should be removed for 90 days as a regardless because of that. And here she up here saying the B word, the H word, all of this, which is a lack of decorum. Ain't nobody said a mumbling word. You just thought it was crucifixion day. So I said something, because that's called hypocrite. If she wasn't nasty for real, because she done came up to me, Mr. Davis, and whispered in my ear 2 inches away, your mama. And my mama dead. Rosie B. Mays dead. That really got under my skin outside of a meeting. She's slick, she thinks. You telling on, I'm telling on, and she telling on herself. Rather than be argumentative with the public, that's what she would do. She would use their words really to make a sting back at you in the public. Dead wrong. And then you got 4 up here condoning bad behavior. Mr. Murphy had a slip of the lip, in my opinion. I'm here because I'm the 5th vote. See, they always told me the devil ain't gonna win. And loose lips sink ships. I'm here because I'm the 5th vote. Remember, I told you at the beginning of the meeting, they wasn't starting till he came strolling today. And the other day, somebody in public speaking was right. Judy ruled Lewis out of line. Lewis appealed. I'm thinking me, Pfeiffer, Jerry Ricardo, and Tanya Burns was going to side with Priestley. And she voted to adjourn the meeting to keep from offending Lewis.
She's a traitor.
Mr. Piper, you said a mouthful. We know.
What is your point?
I think the audience needs a reminder that there should be no shouting out.
Thank you, Ms. Gordon. So audience, please be reminded that public speaking is now over and you can't shout out. If so, you will receive a warning. Second warning, you can be removed.
Point of order, Madam Chair.
Listen, what's your point?
Just like you said something about her point of order before I get back to my 42 seconds. I'm not going to sit here and let you an evil bull in the public. They got the right to clap, to say amen, and okay. They heard you say the H word, the B word. Miss Worthing should resign. Now, rule on my point of order that you're not going to monitor every little sound made in the public. Well, nobody's saying nothing. My voice goes over all that. I can have an amen cry. You ain't saying nothing yet. I am going to proceed. Because Mr. Piper said a mouthful down. Guess what he said? It's his time right now. And I don't have to say it, because I'm struggling inside. He said, may the Lord have mercy. But he said he wasn't. Man, do you know we almost did the biblical, and we sit these folks down for months and years if they ain't careful. So I don't know if I'm going to have mercy.
Madam Chair.
Ms. Brown.
Thank you. Technically, you need to warn yourself. And at the same time that Councilman Mays, and maybe you couldn't hear on this end, you violated Rule 27.2, which states any portion of any meeting, council members may not engage in any type of argumentative discourse with members of the audience at any time for any reason. I'm not gonna say the nice words, I'm gonna use the language you used because it was really disturbing. He said bitch, heifer, hoe, and you mentioned it a few times. You're the chair, you're the president of the council who wants all this decorum. You warned people for saying the way somebody looked at you. You warned me and censured me because I said you're not a good person. And you're not. You're not. You're not a good person. You became argumentative with an audience member. You need to remove yourself. You need to remove yourself.
Ms. Burns, you don't think she gonna mess with them big votes, as they say, do you?
So when we look at how unfair the president of the city council is, she voted no twice on pump station number 5 for residents in her ward. She called this community janky and made a little song about sipping on bottled water, and our schools and our taxes were janky. This is the president of the Flint City Council who's done these things. She walked out on the Mitchell boys when it was time to vote for a special investigation. The only thing we saw was the back of her Reebok as she jetted for the door. She took a check for $1,500 and didn't disclose it. I was sitting at Metropolitan Church where Papa Jared, I saw him out here sitting up next to me, and Arthur Woodson and Mr. Davis was there, and A.C. Dumas, when they said that she had a $1,500 check and hadn't disclosed it. And to date, still has not disclosed it or in the proper way. She's also taken $50,000 from ARPA funds, and I'm gonna keep talking about it. $50,000. When I found out about that, she changed her name from director and president and put Deshelle McDonald on it in September. Those switcheroo. So we talk about hustling people, and then she wants to act as if she is a nun up here. But she has clearly said bitch, hoe, heifer, and arguing with Mr. Davis. He's an audience member. That's Rule 27.2, and called his name and his show. You can't do that. If you are our example, don't wonder why we have so much chaos up here. Right. Your failed leadership is why we have a chaotic situation. Every single time you come. When you're not here, Quincy Murphy and Eric Mays was getting along. You were proud. Yes, Madam Chair. Who I'm sitting up here among 5 hypocrites. Okay? And need I name them? I think you guys already know. 5 hypocrites. There's a double standard. There's a double standard. And want to talk about decorum, want to talk about appropriate behavior, want to talk about behaviors that are unbecoming of a council member. How dare they? Our president and our vice president. When I tell you how unbecoming of a council member, how? And thank you, Mr. Davis, for coming up and sharing what you shared. Regardless of whether or not you said something on your podcast, because that's your podcast. He can say what he want to say on his podcast. But is it right for
there could be a drive-by shooting. When I heard shots fired, I was like, oh my God, I need to be ducking in my house, you know, getting on the floor. Somebody gonna shoot some bullets in my house? Shots fired? She can't even talk about inappropriate behavior. I have no respect for her. And she has a PhD with levels of, I'll get back to that.
Anyone else would like to speak?
Madam Chair.
Mr. Piper.
I've said it a few times lately that there's a double standard. Some rules apply to other members, some rules don't apply. When we have a resolution on the agenda that specifically says that Mr. Mays used profane language towards members of City Council, we using profane language towards audience members just now. I think that would be more egregious. But those rules won't be enforced because they don't apply to everyone. I will say that I do have a video to share.
You just didn't know. And this song is dedicated to you and yours. Sing it. Put your hands together. Yeah. Come on, Miss Jackie, sing it. What up, Roy? Put your hands together. Yeah. You go first. You junkie. You junkie. There you go. You junkie. There you go. If you didn't know about you junkie. You junkie. So junkie. Guess what? You junkie. You junkie. You junkie. I said it. If you didn't know about you junkie. You junkie. You junkie. Your kids gonna be junkie. Junkie. Cause you didn't want the kids to be junkie. The junkie. Your people, the junkie. Your schools, junkie. Your taxes, junkie. Your work, junkie. Your hair. You junkie. You junkie. You junkie. One more time if you didn't go vote, you junkie. You junkie. Playing you junkie. That's for you. So if you in Flint, sipping on bottled water as you watch this video, you janky. If you ain't in Flint, but you didn't tell a loved one in Flint to go vote, you janky. And I'm just gonna leave that there. Thank you, Piper.
We can have public speaking reserved for the elected. Please proceed.
Point of order, Madam Chair. You're saying if we agree that it's okay for you to cuss, vote no. If we think it ain't okay, vote yes.
Yeah, that's inappropriate.
Beg your pardon?
That's an inappropriate point of order, Mr. Mayor.
So if you vote no, you say it's appropriate for us to
Mr. Mays, that's inappropriate. Mr. Pfeiffer, continue with your time. All right, so thank you. So anyone else would like to speak during council response? What was that, Mr. Mayor?
Point of order.
Go ahead. Excuse me, that's council response during this appeal. Thank you. Anyone else want to speak on this appeal? All right. So seeing that I am allowed to speak, I will go ahead and speak to this specific appeal. This appeal is on Mr. Mays' ruling that I did not rule myself out of So, if I want to rule myself out of order, according to the council testimony that we just heard, I will have to rule Ms. Winfrey Carter out of order, as well as Ms. Burns out of order. So therefore, for using.
Point of order.
What is your point?
Rule me out of order if you're gonna rule yourself out of order. Rule yourself out. I will absolutely take that.
So anyway.
And point of order,
What is your point?
if you rule this appropriate, then I can cuss for the rest of this meeting, correct?
So, there's a big difference between someone swearing at someone, like when Mr. Mays called us a-holes and etc. during the exit from a meeting where he was born.
Point of order,
What is your point?
if that ain't germane, we talking about what you said here at this time to that audience member today. Don't talk about Miss Worthing calling me an a-hole and me calling you out one. That didn't happen today. We talking about what's germane is what happened here between you and former Second Ward Councilperson Maurice Davis today. Point of order. She still, point of order. You still got a rule on my germane point of order, and then you can go to hers. I was at a point of order.
So your point of order is on weekend, right?
Yeah.
It was relevant to the conversation about.
Okay.
Go ahead. What's your purpose?
We're on a roll call vote now.
So we are almost at roll call. I'm wrapping up. Yeah. So as I just wrapped up, I was not swearing at anyone. I was simply stating what was being said to me by, excuse me, what was said about me on Mr. Barber's podcast on December the 9th, I believe. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and remind the colleagues that a yes vote will overturn the ruling of the chair, and a no vote will support the chair. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Wood?
No.
Mr. Murphy?
No.
Ms. Priestley?
Nope.
Ms. Murphy Carter?
Yep. Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Rochette?
No.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
Yes.
Ms. Morgan?
No.
Mr. Mays?
Yes.
The vote is 4 yes, 5 no.
The vote is 4 yes, 5 no. The ruling of the chair stands. So now I will, excuse me, we have Mr. Jones, no yelling out, so that is your warning.
What? He didn't yell out. I yelled out, but he didn't.
Point of order.
You give me a
Point of
That's
order.
fine, Ms. Muhammad, that's your warning. What is your warning?
I'm gonna appeal your warning to Mr. Jones.
Yeah, so I retract your warning, Mr. Jones. Ms. Muhammad said that was her.
Point of order. I appeal your decision to warn and call out Mr. Jones' name.
Oh, I retracted that.
You
Because
retract?
said it wasn't, yes, I did.
Well, his credibility at that stake. I appealed it. I want to discuss it. If you second the appeal, we
Well,
won't stop you.
Mr. Mays, there's nothing to discuss.
It is, in my opinion, we'll get into that debate, but I appeal your decision immediately,
Point of order.
and you gotta ask if there's a second, because you running
What
the
is your
mouth.
point?
He appealed it, it was seconded.
Bye,
It's
bye.
now time, you cannot have discussion, you're
Go
having
ahead.
discussion. Excuse
Go-
me, thank
go-
you,
go ahead.
let me finish.
So.
Excuse me, point of order. Thank you. I have asked you for point of order, you keep cutting me off. You cannot have discussion once it was properly seconded. You're having discussion. It is now time for us to have discussion. There's no debate. You can't debate right now. You can't. You're being improper.
So there is an appeal for the rule of the chair, for the chair ruling Mr. Rich Jones out of order and taking it back. Go and pick up.
Yeah.
It's probably seconded by Ms. Burns. So
Seconded by Piper.
No. No, it was not. It was properly seconded, as I told you, if you were listening,
by Councilman Pfeiffer.
Ms. Burns, point of order.
I have the
So
floor,
go
get
ahead.
some.
Ms. Burns, you're out of order.
That's
so
fine.
go ahead, Mr. It's not fine. Go ahead, Mr. Pfeiffer.
No, I did the appeal, I go first.
Excuse me, Mr. Pfeiffer, you seconded. Go ahead, Mr. Mayor.
See, let me say this, Ms. Lewis. This is my 10th year on this council. It takes time to learn. But you want to come here in a year and a half, 4 months, 5 months, you and Quincy and them, and y'all listen to Eva and y'all misguided. The city attorney done misguided y'all. Now here you want to mess up my reputation more. Down Pipe, I think I do a better job myself. I don't need them helping me to mess up my reputation. And my point for saying that is because Rich Jones don't need you to mess up his. You sitting up here in a public meeting, they watching from Massachusetts to Florida to California where we was at doing them petitions, Rich, and you calling his name out and called him out of order. And then witnesses hollering it wasn't in him. You could have said, sir, but the reason, in my opinion, you said Rich Jones, because he was getting them recall petitions. Anybody who ain't in your support, you try to dog them out, including me, Rich Jones, Maurice Davis. You ain't gonna win in Flint like this. It ain't Chicago, it ain't New York, it ain't Los Angeles, it's a small town. You see that white man come up and spoke on behalf of me, that touched my heart. They called me from Mount Morris, Bill Lindsay. I'm gonna give a shout out to Bill Lindsay. His mama was on the council out there in Mount Morris. He said, do I need to come and speak up for you? I said, we'll wait. We'll wait and let them make a move. I told people at Hasselbrink, let them make a move. We're not going to drag people down here, and they canceled it 2-3 times waiting on Quincy to show up. Waiting on Eva to show up. I don't do false alarm. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. And Eva, God is good. You better keep going. And you get a logical person, look at y'all in trouble. Them took bribes and lawnmowers and money. Somebody might end up going to jail. So I'm waiting to see what y'all gonna do with me. Because if the young folks say, we flip that seat, we gonna drag some folks politically. He who laughs last, sometimes laughs best.
You know, I just spoke about the hypocrisy and the double standard and the double set of rules. Rich Jones didn't even say a word, and he got an instant warning. But the young lady, her one supporter here, stood up and took the floor and screamed across the thing, didn't get a warning. But the person that gets the warning is the one that is out getting signatures for her. Instantly, without saying anything, Mr. Jones, you get a warning. But not for the one supporter who stood up and took the floor away from you. So there's a double standard. There's a hypocrisy. There's every word you can think of up here. But we're making a record. We're making a record. The accountability cam times 2 up here. Because you in 4K tonight. So we're making a record for the jury.
That's right.
This will be played for the jury, just like it was last time. And we're going to point out the hypocrisy. We're going to point out the slander, the libel. It ain't going away this time. Tomorrow's a new day. And it's gonna be fun.
Anyone else like to speak?
Madam Chair,
Ms. Barnes?
you're doing the same thing again because you didn't even know who did it, to be honest. You did not give LaRosa a warning at all. You did not. And she was clearly out of order. She was passionate about defending you and giving a statement about why she felt that janky did not apply to you. But I disagree, LaRosa, it does. Because she brought in kids sipping on bottled water and everything else. So that applied. She made, I don't know where her mind was at when she was making that video. That would later come back, and it came back to fight her. But you have got over here, you don't know, it's a group, you can't tell who said that over here. But it wasn't Rich Jones, but you keep making this mistake time and time again, claiming or naming the wrong person. But you're never wrong. You can't take self-criticism. You're never wrong. This was very clear tonight. LaRosa stood up and went ziggy boom. She did. You had someone make a statement over here. That's a warning. I'll take that. You go right in. You immediately weaponize the police against the audience. You immediately weaponize the police against the audience. And you have no problem doing it. Time after time after time after time. And the stuff is on video. So those who be in here defending her, I'm wondering what's wrong with y'all. But she sat there and lied on us time after time and lied on the resident, and you defended her. This stuff is crazy. You can't make it up. And then you wonder why we have to defend ourselves. Because I wasn't raised to let nobody run over me. It's not going to happen. I'm going to meet you where you're at. This stuff is ridiculous. Then you gave Sister Audrey Muhammad a warning, which we got an appeal immediately right afterward. So she's like, she's going to show her, because Sister Audrey Muhammad also ran in the second ward. Rich Jones was saying he was going to run. You gave her a warning. You just issue warnings, you throw everybody out. You are doing a public lynching of your colleagues and the residents. You have no conscience. You have no conscience. Clear difference over here and over here. And if you okay with not having, if you gonna punish them all. Y'all have said it, everything it is up here. I ain't kidding. I mean, everything. But the rules only apply very stringently to those you don't like. And yes, it's going to go to court. And I hope Judy gets the courage at some point to stand up for herself. She keeps voting yes. She needs to stand up. You're a part of the crowd, Judy. We support this nonsense.
Thank you, Ms. Barnes. Anyone else who like to speak on this?
Yes, Madam Chair. You know what? I've said this time and time before. The residents, they are the people who voted you in your seat. You don't know who all out there is from the second ward. But the residents, they vote you. They elect you to sit up here. Leave the residents alone. Pay attention to what's going on up here. And stop making a difference. It's clear. Yeah, it's clear a difference was made tonight. Because the young lady sitting in the back, she stood up. She screamed out. But she didn't get a warning. Because she stood up for you. And I don't know why. But then over here, I didn't even hear anybody say anything. And quite certainly, I didn't hear Rich Jones' voice. But you gotta have to stop calling out people's names. That's not right. But what they wanna do up here. The Shady Five, they do what they wanna do up here. It's ridiculous. I'm done.
Anyone else like to speak on this issue? Seeing none, we'll use the vote. Yes vote will overturn the chair, and no vote will support the chair. And Bridge John Warning. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Murphy.
I abstain because I want to get the business of the city of Flint done.
Ms. Gleason? Yes. Dr. Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Michelle?
Yes.
Mr. Piper?
Yes.
Ms. Williams? Mr. Mays?
Yes.
Ms. Lewis?
No.
Vote 6 yes, 1 no, 1 abstention.
You want a 6 yes, 1 no, or what? You want 1 no, 1 abstention? All right, we're going to give the chair his overturn with 6 yeses. So now we're going to get back to my time for.
Point of order.
What's your point?
I would like to appeal the warning that you gave Sister Audrey Muhammad. She did give her a warning. She did. She said when Ms. Muhammad stayed with Rich, she said it wasn't her, and she told her, okay, you get the warning. She did. She moved that warning right over to her.
Okay, so we can we can withdraw the warning from Ms. Muhammad. I didn't give it to her. So if that's all right for everybody.
Madam Chair, it's very hard to hear you. Could you repeat that, please?
So the chair will withdraw the warning because I didn't see her.
Thank you.
So not a problem. So
Point of order, Madam Chair.
go ahead.
These things are motions. And if you withdraw a motion after it's been out on the floor and seconded, it takes a vote in a special meeting. Now, I could turn my head to that for the sake of time, but these whole exercises is to keep it from happening. And we stuck with the one, and the vote was to take it away. Now, however we do this one, I'm not gonna let you do that, because I'm trying to keep you from doing it in the first place. And then, I'm not gonna break the rules just because you see what's happening. They taught me in GM, the best way to change the behavior.
Okay, so Mr. Bailey,
So that means you
what was
proceed
the
with
idea?
your appeal.
Okay, well, we
The
agree.
maker of the appeal might can withdraw it, but you can't.
Okay, so Ms. Burns, are you gonna proceed with the appeal?
I am.
Okay, excuse me, the chair, Ms. Audrey Muhammad, she said that she was the one that spoke up, so the chair gave her a warning, and so Mr. May, Ms. Burns appealed that. So we're gonna go ahead and.
Madam Chair,
What's your point?
you're wrong again. I didn't appeal it. Ms. Burns appealed it. And I think Mr. Piper seconded it. You like to keep me in, and I'm just smart. I didn't appeal it.
So, Ms. Burns appealed the ruling of the chair, and Mr. Piper seconded. So, we will go ahead and proceed. The chair will first state what's happening. So, the chair will lift the show out of order. Ms. Muhammad raised her hand to the her, give her a warning. The chair did exactly as she instructed. So, we're on to the appeal. So, go ahead first, Ms. Burns.
Thank you. See, when you get into this chaos, you can't even keep track. You're not even accurate with it. You so quick to punish everybody. Everybody. Now, we here on a day that we shouldn't even have to be here. We shouldn't even have to be here because you walked out, Madam President, and wouldn't even call the council meeting to order. Now, we here, residents here, and what are you doing? You weaponizing. You're not sharing fairly. You're not sharing fairly. And as I just mentioned, you didn't say warn the person who supported you, but you were just passing out warnings on this side like it was free bridge cockers. And it's just gotten ridiculous. And so, and I get Councilman Murphy wants to go home and to take care of the business, and I do too, Councilman Murphy. But when we get into this, and I agree, and Councilman Mays, where you pointing it out, that we have to stop to sometimes follow through the process, because it's going to keep happening. A motion was made, it was properly seconded by Councilman Pfeiffer, because it keeps happening. So residents, we're here today because the president of the Flint City Council walked out on Monday, first of all. Walked out on $40 million, a resolution, walked out on millions of dollars with the 800 parcels, walked out that cost $15,000 to post. So the residents had to come back. We had the landlords that was here. They didn't want to take 20 minutes to listen to them. Didn't want to. I mean, it's like, who matters? Who matters? So I'm not going to allow you just to keep weaponizing the police. That's not fair. Because some of these residents are yours. Miss Mayfield was put out, who was in your ward, who was sleeping in a shelter. She needs a roof on her house. You put her out. Second ward resident. And she is disabled. Disabled. So I don't know, the compassion. I've never seen anything. Sometimes when you look at this, you think, people think this is a reality, or this isn't scripted, this is real life. Some of these hardened hearts, very hardened. But you keep calling the police on the people you don't like. It's like profiling if you're black. You drive in the car, your windows tinted, they might pull you over, or if you're in a certain part of town, you want to slow down, put your hands on 10 and 2. Residents in our audience are getting profiled. Y'all getting profiled sitting in here. Depending on who you sit next to, you gonna get a warning because you're getting profiled. You didn't have to talk, and you're getting profiled. Just like the police pull you over, want your license to go through your car. Don't read your Miranda rights. Don't do anything. Y'all getting profiled. That might be a lawsuit up in here.
Madam Chair.
Mr. Mays.
Madam Chair, we could, to the audience and to the people watching, we could have withdrew that and moved on. But the point I'm trying to make is the warning shouldn't have been there in the first place. When her supporters stood up and identified herself, Ms. Lewis didn't say nothing. We heard a murmur over there. She blamed it on Rich Jones, and Sister Mohammed said it was me. But remember, Sister Mohammed had ran against her. And they were in the runoff. And she warned Sister Mohammed that quick. The point I'm trying to make is quit doing that to people, particularly your political opponents. Mr. Davis, Sister Mohammed, myself, the people who don't agree with you, sometimes just ignore that. Now, in the last vote, Ms. Priestley, Ms. Mashat, in my opinion, they voted right. Because Ms. Mohammed had said I did. If they vote to uphold the ruling of the chair this time, they still be voting wrong, even though she said she did it, because she didn't warn her supporter who stood up. So let's clear this out and fix it. Don't be mad at us, because I didn't want to be here tonight anyway. But at least let us do these detailed procedures to try to correct behavior down the road. Whether I'm here in December, January, February, or March, these exercises is to correct behavior whether I'm here or not. Because what we used to call it in the street, she is like, I don't like to say bully, and I like to say buffalo and folks. See, buffalo, and being hypocritical and quenching and evil, them is condoning it. When I was third vice president of the NAACP, they taught me that those who condone wrongdoing, discrimination, and different treatment is just as wrong as the wrongdoer. If you discriminate and lynch and mess with folks, you just as wrong as the wrongdoer. So hopefully we can move on with the business after this and she can settle down.
Any other speakers? All right, John. Any other speakers? So seeing none, we will go ahead and go to the vote. A yes will overturn the ruling of the chair, or a no will uphold the ruling of the chair. For ruling all in favor of Audrey Muhammad out of order per her admission. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Priestley? Yes. Excuse me, no.
Ms. Carter?
Yes.
Yes. Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Shad?
I abstain because it was dropped.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
Yes.
Ms. Worthing? No. Mr. Mays?
Yes.
Ms. Lewis?
No.
Mr. Murphy?
I abstain because I came down here to get the business done.
The vote is 4 yes, 3 no, 2 abstentions.
The vote is 4 yes, 3 no, and 2 abstentions. The ruling of the chair stands and Ms. Muhammad is warned. So now we will go back to council response, my response.
Magic, can you say that again?
Now we're going back to council response, I was responding. Okay, thank you. So with that being said, council response is now over. So now the chair will entertain the motion for resolution 230448.
Madam Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I want to separate these resolutions. I want to separate 230448. I want to separate 230449.
Point of order. There's no consent agenda, requirement on this resolution, on this agenda, so everything was separated already.
Madam Chair.
Thank you, Ms. Priestley. So, Mr. Mayor, there'll be no separation because there are
Madam Chair, are you ruling that my motion to separate these is going to be out of order? I don't know what Ms. Priestley talking about. I'm in the middle of making a motion. I have the floor.
Mr. Mayor, there's no consent agenda. So
I appeal
everything is
the ruling,
separated.
Madam Chair.
Mr. Mayor,
Point of order.
go ahead, Ms. Warren.
Everything was already separated. I'm not sure if he understands that. So what does it mean to separate them? They're separated.
My point of order is I appeal the ruling of the chair. She in discussion on the appeal.
So let's be clear. I just want to make sure I understand that. So according to the agenda, everything is already separated. And you want to separate the separation. So because
Madam Chair.
I'm just making sure that I'm hearing what's happening. Things are already separated, so there's nothing to appeal.
Madam Chair, I'm appealing her and you interrupted my motion. And my motion is going to be to keep it separate, because if I don't do that, then y'all can vote it up or down. I know you and Judy there. I move that we approve the consent agenda.
Mr. May, there's no consent agenda.
Point of order.
What is your point?
Are you going to let me proceed with my motion, or do I appeal your decision, you and Judy, to interrupt?
Mr. Mays,
You gotta hear my motion out.
Mr. Mays, please cease to speak.
No,
Mr.
point of
Mays,
order.
a point of order has already been, Mr. Mays.
If you rule
Mr.
it, I'm
Mays, you're
appealing
out of
your
order.
ruling.
Mr. Mays, you continue
I
to speak,
appeal
you
the
out of
decision
order.
of the chair.
Mr. Mays, that's your warning.
I appeal
Because you are
the
refusing
decision.
to, according to council rules, excuse me, according to council rules, if you cease
Point of
talking,
order.
Mr.
I
Mays, if
appeal
you
your
cease
ruling.
talking, if you cease talking with someone raising a point of order, you shall be removed according to these council rules. You're not ceasing to speak, so I can acknowledge Ms. Priestley. So therefore, you have the grounds to be removed right now according to council rules. So, with that being said, proceed, Ms. Priestley.
Yes, Madam Chair. Mr. Mays, I believe, is confused because
Point
on
of
this
order.
agenda.
Mr. Mays, we're in a point of order.
No, point of order.
Mr. Mays, we're in a point
We're
of
in
order.
an appeal. I appeal your
Mr. Mays,
ruling to give me
Mr.
a
Mays, you're
first
out of
warning.
order. Mr. Mays, you're out of order. We're in a point of order. Now, if you proceed to take the floor using this point of order, you will get a warning. Ms. Priestley, please proceed with your point of order.
Yes, according to our agenda, there is no option to approve a consent agenda. Thus, all items are separated and will be voted on separately. Mr. May's motion is a dilatory motion, which is frivolous and unnecessary and should be rejected by the chair as is her right per Robert's Rules 30, Section 39. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Priestley.
Point of
So,
order.
Mr. Mays, what is your point?
I'm still attempting to appeal that warning.
Mr.
And your
Mays.
job is to ask if there's a second to the appeal.
Okay, so right now you're appealing the warning?
Been trying.
Okay, so that's fine. So, Mr. Mays, first warning, you are appealing it. And what is your appeal? You said.
You said you gave me a first warning, I'm appealing.
I want to be, you use multiple points of order. You want to be sure clear.
Beg your pardon?
All right. So, oh, that's fine. So, supported by Ms. Wesley Carter. Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Mays.
So let me say this, Ms. Lewis, to you and Ms. Priestley and everybody else listening. So y'all so eager to get to this resolution to remove me.
Oh, Mr. Mays, please hold. Okay, proceed, please.
Yeah, you doing everything you can to try to vilify me. Now, once I get the floor, I didn't even complete my motion. I said I want to separate 2, 3, 0, 4, 4, 8. And then I was saying 2, 3, 0, 4, 4, 9. Them the two disciplinary type ordinances. And I see y'all don't have on the agenda a consent agenda or whatever. But I got the right to finish my motion and make my motion. I don't need Ms. Priestley to read my mind. And I don't need you to read it. I hadn't even made the motion. I was saying I want them separated. And y'all didn't even have enough courtesy to hear me out after I had been properly given the floor. And then, when I do a point of order, Worthing did one, Priestley did one, but when I do it, you hollering at me like I'm in the kindergarten. I mean hollering. I want to say, who the hell you think you hollering at? That's disrespectful. And I'm saying it now. Who do you think you hollering at? You let me holler at you like you were hollering at me. And then warn me because of the point of order, you was out of order because all talking should cease. I should have to say point of order 2, 3 times. And I'm warning you. In regular life, don't you holler at me. Let alone in no public meeting. Because my voice can be just as loud and stronger than yours. And when I get ready to protest, it's gonna be something because I'm gonna holler back at you. Remember, I'm telling you this day. I don't give a doggone about getting put out. I called Metcalf up here myself before I let you holler at me with your bangs popping out. Who do you think you talking to? I'm still remembering when you whispered in my ear, your mama. And I believe outside the public you talking to Maurice like that. You lied on me before. There's something wrong with you. There's something really wrong with you. Did you have a bad childhood? Something wrong with you. You bringing out the worst in all of us, and I ain't studying. Because you ain't really seen nothing yet with me. You ain't heard nothing yet. When you hear me start talking like this and I'm sitting right, you gotta look away from me. I don't even like looking at you, and I know you ain't putting a holler in my ear. You got the wrong one. I wouldn't care if they both get them out of it. You don't quit howling at me.
Anyone else would like to speak on this appeal? All right, seeing that no one else is going to speak, we're going to go ahead and call for the vote. And the vote was, excuse me, a yes vote will overturn the ruling of the chair.
Point of order, Madam Chair.
What is your
This was an appeal that you ruling me out order for saying point of order and that type of thing. So make it clear when you call for the vote, I would hope.
Thank you, Mr. Mays. So, right now, we are voting on Mr. Mays not ceasing to speak when Mrs. Priestley
Order, Madam Chair. We voting on a first warning. It either stay in place or go away. That's your judgment that I can't say point of order and ceasing to speak. It's simple. Either they're gonna vote yes or no on the first warning. Quit trying to fix it up.
Again, the body is about to vote because Mr. May received his first warning because he did not cease speaking when Ms. Priestley.
Point of order, Madam Chair. If you in argument or calling for the vote. If you calling for the vote, I'm gonna do a point of order. If you and your arguments continue, but I thought you was lining it up to call for the vote. It's an appeal on a first warning. Your argument should have already been happened.
Mr. Mays, you asked me to explain what was taking place on your first
Point of order, Madam Chair. I can't understand that you saying today.
You, Mr. Mays, you asked for the chair.
Request information.
Okay, I see what's happening.
I really don't know what you're saying.
Okay, so what I'm saying is this. A yes vote will overturn the ruling of the chair, and a no vote will oppose it. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. McIntyre? Yes. Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Mrs. Bennett? No. Mr. Pfeiffer?
Yes.
Ms. Worthing?
No.
Mr. Mays?
Yes.
Ms. Lewis?
No.
Mr. Murphy?
No.
Ms. Priestley?
No.
Ms. Woods, 4 yes, 5 no.
The vote is 4 yes, 5 no. The ruling of the chair stands, and Mr. Mays has his first warning. So now we're on to resolution 230448.
Madam Chair,
Ms. Worthing.
I move for approval.
So it has been moved to approve resolution 230448. Is there a second? Supported by Councilman.
Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Ms. Priestley.
Yes, Madam Chair, I would like to offer a amendment to the resolution 230448. I would like it to remove the wording, Councilmember Mays has also created and monetized demeaning t-shirts depicting other members of City Council as handkerchief head Negroes, and I have provided alternate language to the clerk, and she can pass out the alternate language. And I'm also adding, at the last, it says Member Mays continue to refer to other members of the city council as handkerchief head Negroes. So removing the line, Councilmember Mays has also created a monetized mini t-shirts depicting other members of city council as handkerchief Negroes, and adding the language, Councilmember Mays continues to refer to members.
Okay, Ms. Priestley, yes. Ms. Donovan, if you could please.
Request for information.
And what is your request?
Can she repeat that again? I'm confused. I need her to clarify what she's saying.
So, right, so Mr. Mays, you understand what I'm saying? Who the shoes? Okay, so is there a second to support Ms. Priestley's amendment to the resolution?
Point of order, support. I requested that you see it in writing first.
Okay, well, point of order, we're looking at it now. So, is there a second?
Support.
Supported by Mr.
Yeah, Madam Chair.
So, with that being said, per Mr. Pfeiffer's request for information.
Madam Chair, point of order.
What is your point?
You can steady talk to Mr. Pfeiffer. I done did a request for information, y'all ignore it. I'm now trying to get the flow, and you trying to deflect me off to something about Mr. Pfeiffer. He got what he asked for. You can't ignore me.
Mr. Mays, the chair asked you which she-word was you referring to when it was Priestley, and you didn't say anything, so the chair can go.
Point of order, Madam Chair.
What is your point?
You asked for a motion. Priestley made. I'm listening to Quincy second. Now you should be saying, is there any discussion, and I should have the flow. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what I'm saying. So, Mr. Pfeiffer asked.
For something in writing. Everybody just got it in writing.
As the chair chairs the meeting, Mr. Pfeiffer asked for everyone to have it in writing. So, per his point of order, everyone now has it in writing. Now that everyone has it, we will give an opportunity for the council to stand at ease for approximately 1 minute so they can review this.
Madam
So
Chair.
we can have... Yes, go ahead.
Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Mr.
If you are to go into recess for 1 minute, 5 minutes, we have to vote. I'm asking for the floor for discussion.
Go ahead, Mr. Mayor.
You
Go
know,
ahead.
if I may,
We'll go ahead and start. Go ahead, Mr. Mayor.
I mean, I'm saying to Scott Blue, and you're going to figure out a way to go around it. This is getting old. Because you think I'm going to blow up, and then you can remove me from this discussion. Lady Brick, I've stayed in this discussion on myself. But look at this. Here they done published falsehoods. Talking about I done created a t-shirt and monetized it, calling them handkerchief head Negro. I ain't created no handkerchief head Negro t-shirt. Madam Clerk, you want to put me in those? I raise my right hand. You got the oath authority. I'm making a record. This is going to end up in court. Slander, defamation. I just seen somebody get a defamation lawsuit the other day. Now, here's Priestley, because I raised that issue when they didn't have Quincy here the other day. And now they want to go back and amend it. It ain't even got the same meat. Talking about now, Priestley, she amended and said, Mays continue to refer to other members of the city council as handkerchief head Negroes. Not other members. It was Liddell and Quincy who I referred to specifically as handkerchief head Negroes. And if you Google the definition, you'll see Clarence Thomas' name in the definition in the Urban Dictionary. And the reason I refer to them as handkerchief-head Negroes, because in my mind, that political term fits them. If you Google the definition, they don't relate to black folks and Negroes like me, Jerry, Winfrey, Carter, and Tanya. They relate to evil words. That's the definition in the Urban Dictionary of a handkerchief-head Negro. And so I can use political terms. I could call Liddell a carpetbagger. Wow. These are political terms. And you gotta be open for us to petition and air our grievances, because this is government. I call you a carpetbagger, have and will call you a handkerchief-head Negro, and then ask you to intelligently Google the definition. I can also say that the white folks' evil word, you briefly, from my experience of working here with them, are treated differently than me. I'm a black man. I'm probably one of the only black males on this council. So if I feel that I'm being treated differently for the same or similar conduct by calling point of order, and they say my points of order are frivolous and wrong, why don't Eagles be wrong? She's a white male, a white female. Priestley, white female. Discrimination is different treatment for the same or similar conduct. Kind of what we witnessed when the supporters stood up. The city charter says you can't discriminate based upon political orientation. They didn't try to violate my constitutional rights, freedom of speech, freedom to petition government then for my grievances. And then I think what's funny about today's meeting, they got on there, they had profane language. And guess who wrote it up? Miss Profane, progressive language herself. They gonna fool around, and in my opinion, cost the city money. They come in here locked and loaded. Rose, first ward Rose, do you think I'm gonna leave here crying as me and my lawyers there and first ward people try to take care of this business? Amendment or no amendment? I think they're messing up. And look back there, Attorney Jim, the one advisor. We get that fifth vote, he gonna be gone.
All right. Anyone else like to speak in the question round?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Ms. Winfrey.
You know what, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. Just shame. Sitting up here, talking about what's unbecoming of a council member, behaviors that are unbecoming of a council member. Councilwoman Lewis, you are the epitome of unbecoming behaviors. Sitting there with that smirky grin on your face. I'm gonna say what I gotta say tonight. And then sitting up here with Council Word, calling people ghetto. How unbecoming. She should have got a suspension for that.
That's right.
That made national news. Did you guys know that? It made national news.
Wow.
And she sits there every week, huffing and puffing, making racial undertones. She should be suspended. Talking about suspension. Councilwoman Lewis and Councilman Murphy, they should be suspended for taking donations from Ashley Capital. They took donations. Councilman Murphy got a state-of-the-art, a Bentley of a lawnmower, ride lawnmower. And from what I've been told, I've got calls that he's been charging people to cut their lawn. How about that? And then Councilwoman Lewis taking donations, but yet they turn around and vote to approve Ashley Capital's project.
That's right.
How unethical.
Request information.
What is your request?
You say unethical, Ms. Winfrey, that it might very well be illegal.
Yes. Illegal, unethical. You know what? The FBI should be all over this city hall. How about that? But you want to suspend Councilman Mays. You want to shut down his voice. And you want to shut down my voice. And you want to shut down Councilwoman Burns' voice. And Councilman Pfeiffer. They're going to be trying to shut your voice down too. Because see, the four of us, we're trying to shut down all of this corruption that's going on in this city. Unbecoming of a council member. How unbecoming of a council member. Trying to suspend someone. But they got their 5 votes.
Quincy said that,
Yeah. But you know what? What Quincy don't understand, if you on sick leave, you better be at home on sick leave. And one of the things about it, this council meeting is video. And it's public. So, and we want to sit here and we want to point the finger at Councilman Mays. We want to suspend Councilman Mays. Councilwoman Lewis should have been suspended when she took that EBT card from her neighbor.
Anyone else want to speak in the first round?
Madam Chair.
Ms. Burns.
Thank you. One, if you are drafting, and I don't know who drafted this, was this your resolution that you drafted? Madam Chair, was this your resolution?
What's the matter with him, eh?
Okay, well, I guess she's not gonna answer.
Oh.
So, when you draft a resolution, it should be about truth. And it's not. She doesn't know Councilman Mays profited from this. Is Councilman Pfeiffer stated he's not a graphic designer. He's not. And Judy, this is gonna come back to get you. I just can't believe you're going along with this. I cannot. Councilman Mays doesn't even use email. He does not. But all of a sudden he's got all these computer skills and he's gifted and talented to roll out some t-shirts and it's just not true. So in the body of your resolution,
it should be true. In fact, that's just the standard for y'all being elected that you still don't get. So when you talk about using racist rhetoric, y'all have allowed people of this community to be called ghetto. And Councilwoman Lewis, you said you weren't offended when Councilwoman Worthing said ghetto. You didn't have a problem with her using microaggression. You didn't have a problem. You're a black woman. Your ward is 96% black and you don't identify with them. You simply don't. She called Monday people the Amen Choir. The Amen Choir went to put people out. Why people go to church? We take church serious.
Amen.
We can party 6 days a week, but at Saturday night, 12 a.m., we Christians, some of us. We gonna go to church, praise God, and give God all the glory. And you let her come in here and make a statement and mock religion of black people. Y'all just keep letting her do this stuff. So when you talk about handkerchief head Negro, and people need to know what handkerchief head Negro is, because you called yourself a handkerchief head Negro. So how can you be mad? And you put it in writing. A handkerchief head Negro is an African American or black person who does not identify with black people and identifies with white people for their own personal gain or because they are afraid of them. An example, Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas is a handkerchief head Negro. He is a black person that does not identify with or help black people and only identify or acknowledges with white people or their attributes. You threw out Dora Mayfield, who's sleeping in a shelter, who's in the second ward. You couldn't identify that she needed a roof, that she needed help. You threw her out. You didn't identify with the 2 Mitchell boys before you walked up out of here. You didn't identify that the people in the second ward had raw sewage in their basement, the 96% black ward. You didn't identify with them. You cussed out Pastor Thompson not once but twice, called him a fake-ass pastor and shots fired. You cussed out Maurice Davis, called him a quarter. You damn hoe in a bitch. And you seem to somehow have decorum. I'm confused. But when you called yourself when my colleagues voted, this is going to be in court. She called herself a handkerchief head Negro. She said, as she was dealing with a racist, because she identifies with the racist. Some of us don't like the skin we in. And so if y'all vote on this mess, y'all need to have whatever y'all pockets hit. She says, Tracy Whitley, always. Now this is what Councilwoman Either Worthing stood up and wanted to fight me. Not once, but twice. She stood up. Twice. She says, well, Tracy Whitley, always. Then gaslights and makes it a racial issue when it's not. Point is, she continued to break the rules by unlawfully taking the floor. Then was pointing towards Worthing saying, today is not going to be your day. Totally out of order. And that could be interpreted as a threat. Then Eva stood up, which was out of order, and began going back and forth with Burns. If calling fair game makes me, Councilwoman Liddell Lewis, if calling fair game makes me, Councilwoman Liddell Lewis, if calling fair game makes me, Councilwoman Liddell Lewis, a handkerchief head Negro, I will wear it with pride. You called yourself a handkerchief head Negro. How can we feel sorry for you when you put that title upon yourself with the racist right here in our community? You called yourself it.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Thank you so much. So let me clear some things up. First of all, I've been in this community doing community work for probably since I was in my early 20s. And anybody who know the work that I've been doing. And a lot of the rhetoric coming from people, and I look at them and I think about the history of the work that I have done in the community over the years. And not one time, not 2 or 3, not one time have I ever saw anybody that want to define me as a handkerchief head Negro come out and pick up a piece of paper in the community. When you look at
request information. information.
Please,
Beg your pardon.
we want to make sure that all is clear, and we can hear you. Proceed, Mr. Mayor.
My request for information, Mr. Murphy, I cleaned up from top of the road with Stewart, and I call you that so I can show you myself, can you say you can't take you? Did you ask that anybody show you anybody who got your handkerchief and broke and picked up some paper?
Proceed, Mr. Murphy.
Thank you so much. When you go back and you do your homework of Councilman Murphy, who they have tried to define as a handkerchief head nigger, when you go and look at the work that I've done, I've helped Black, African American, low income, poor mothers and fathers and senior citizens and people and all in the community. So to sit up here and act like I only help white folks or I only deal with white folks is absurd. And then to sit up here and use this platform and try to define me as that, you don't know me. And I'm not going to take my time and make you know me, because you don't need to know me if you don't know me. And you know for years, Councilman Murphy been helping Black African American people for years around the community. Help them get roofs on their house, fix their houses, put ramps on their house, paint their house, fix their yards up, clean their yards up. You go find somebody else who has done the work and put in the time and the effort that I have put in this community, helping Black African American people. And for you to sit up there and define me and put some t-shirts on and put my name on there and say my name like that, how dare you? And let me stop right, let me pause right there. Because I want to talk about
who created them t-shirts and put them on? Did y'all accusing me of that? What you talking about?
How dare you call me a handkerchief head nigga as if I ain't been helping my people. I done help more Black folks than I have white folks. But I represent white and Black people. And there's some white folks who want to come help me. There's some Black folks who want to come help me. There's some straight folks, some disabled people want to come help me. They have every right to come help move this city forward and work in this community like anybody else. And I have embraced all people, and I will continue to embrace all people. And then to turn around and say that I'm taking a lawnmower and charging people to get paid for it, that's why all I am asking, because I don't play both sides, and I ain't trying to be all up in somebody's face to try to be cool with somebody. I'm just saying from now on, just please do not come up to me and talk to me about nothing. I don't want to talk about nothing but the city.
Mr. Murphy, do you have the lawnmower?
Oh, there it goes. Is he getting paid with that lawnmower?
Listen, I've been cutting grass, doing vacant lots, cutting Dewey Park, cutting Jefferson School, cutting a whole bunch of vacant lots throughout the whole community, all over the place for years, way before I became on city council, and I'm going to continue to do it. And if you're going to find somebody that you think,
what is your request?
My request for information, Mr. Murphy, we talking about the lawnmower that you've been cutting recently with that was funded from Ashley Capital to Habitat to you. We talking about that lawnmower. Do you understand what we're asking?
Go get the boy. Get him.
All I'm saying, leave me alone. Don't talk to me about nothing. Don't whisper. Don't ask me nothing. Don't hee hee ha ha with me at all. I ain't down with that. Leave me alone. Walk right by me and just keep going. Leave me alone. I want to be cool. I ain't trying to be down with y'all. Because y'all be on that bullcrap. And I don't play both sides of the fence. And if you found somebody who you think I went and got paid to do their yard, you go find them. Other than that, leave me alone and just focus on moving this city forward. That's all I want to do. I don't want to go out to lunch with you or nothing. I'm just saying. I done sit up here and took all I could. And let y'all talk and make all these
And what is your request, Mr. Mayor?
Mr. Murphy, over at the county, when we meet, in fact, you said on the record that you had got the lawnmower. You have said something.
No.
Is that correct?
Oh, my God.
Madam Chair? Oh, is that, go ahead, Mr. Murphy, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, so, Ms. Murphy, excuse me, Ms. Worthy?
I just want to remind our colleagues that no one actually believes the things that they're saying about us. It is a tactic to get us to leave before the vote. So I hope we all remain calm and just know that we know our truths. We know our truths. So I've just been listening and laughing because it's
Request for information.
What is your request, Mr.
Yeah, through you, Ms. Word, and you say you've been listening and laughing, so you was laughing when you publicly called me on the record a narcissistic. And I said you could do a belly flip off City Hall. You want to repeat again what you called me since you sitting laughing? You was cussing. You called me a narcissistic what? Repeat that so we all can laugh with you.
Well, that was proceed, Mr. Is that all? Okay. Anyone else like, go ahead, Mr. Piper.
Mr. Mays, we're gonna continue on making our record. Madam Clerk?
Just speak up.
Madam Clerk? Where did the original resolution come from?
I received the original resolution from Attorney Kim.
Attorney Kim.
Whoa!
For inclusion or ownership.
Yeah, no, I understand. Attorney Kim. Madam Chair, through you to Attorney Kim. Attorney Kim, do you know what libel is?
No, what is?
What libel is?
Yes.
So, when you deliberately include defamatory information that you have no knowledge that is true with reckless disregard, that is libel.
Come on, correct you.
Mr. Kim, who requested this, and is this verbatim from somebody who requested it, or is this your writing verbatim?
They got him, Mr. Bates. They got him.
Request of Council President. She provided the points that she wanted included in the resolution and drafted accordingly.
So when we
Request
call this,
for information. I couldn't hear you. You say who requested it?
he said Council President requested.
Oh.
So when you have the duty of providing legal advice to council, and when you write a resolution that has libel in it, because there's no proof, and it's defamatory falsehood, that Mr. Mays monetized and made t-shirts. That is libel. And Mr. Kim, you are the author / editor of that defamation.
Ooh. Come on, correct him.
So, Madam Clerk, can you put Councilwoman Judy Priestley under oath?
There it is. That's her up kitchen. Don't cry now, Miss Priestley. Don't cry now.
So okay, so sign up, Madam Clerk, what's the reason to stop the clock during this time?
But you scared the white lady.
Yes, thank you. Proceed.
Madam Clerk, please put Judy Priestley under oath. She can decline if she wants to, but decline on the record in front of the cameras.
Point of order, Madam Chair.
What is your point?
Why do you tell us to keep the clock rolling?
Because I did it this
Madam
time.
Clerk, I changed my mind.
All right. Proceed, Mr. Vicer.
You see that, right? So that's going to be part of the record. Madam Clerk, please put Council President under oath. You're going to play the game. Ms. Clerk, please put the Council President under oath. I'm sorry, Madam Clerk, did she decline? She declined. So, they don't want to go under oath that they're defamed and libeled Mr. Mays. But guess what? It's published. It's part of the record.
Put the attorney under oath. Let's see what he says.
Mr. Through you, Madam Chair, Mr. Kim, did you advise against potential libel on this resolution?
I have to decline to answer that question on the basis that conversations with council members are privileged.
There it is, man.
You did invoke the client privilege, or the attorney-client privilege. But it's telling, isn't it?
Yes.
That they don't want to go under oath. That they don't want to tell the truth. That they want to libel a colleague. And then suspend it for 90 days.
Whoa!
This is the ultimate throw your rock tactic.
Anyone else in the first round?
Senator Davis.
We got a second round too?
Anyone else in the
Senator
first
Davis.
round? All right. So since no one else would like to speak, I'll go ahead and go on to the second round.
Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Mr. Mays.
Yeah, let's continue to make that record, Mr. Piper. Can any of the council people define in this resolution, any of the authors, what is the racist rhetoric? Anybody? Is there one? Can anybody in here speak specifically on frivolous motions? Can anybody in here enlighten me on what's the aggressive, profane language? Do y'all remember the language Ms. Worthing used? Narcissistic a-hole. She said, way before I called y'all the name, the exact same name. Mr. Piper, they won't answer. But do you recall saying, come to my effing house? Do you? See, me and Spike were the only one that answered. You remember? I said effing me. Then they throwing me out for 90 days. Maybe they're scared to punish the white folks for the same or similar behavior. Madam Clerk, you willing to put me on notice? I'm ready. I got my right hand up, and I want you to administer this oath, because I want to make a record. I ain't created no handkerchief pig, t-shirt, and or monetize.
So, after me, I do swear
I do
And I will tell the truth.
Huh?
I do swear that I will tell the truth.
I do swear that I'll tell the truth,
And nothing but the truth.
nothing but the truth. So help me God. Look, I give y'all right blood, hair, urine, you ain't gonna find no drugs. Let's get that out the way. So when I left the other day, they passed the ordinance to do drug tests. So let's get that out the way. And then let's see if they gonna get hair, blood, urine. Now remember, I'm not out. I can pass the drug test. Now check this out. I guarantee you, I ain't created no handkerchief, head, t-shirt, and made a damn piece of money off of it. But they done already liable and slandered me. And Attorney Kim has told them that they can deliberate outside of a council meeting. Now, when it comes to Priestley and Liddell, Attorney Kim and whoever else, they done already refused to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Attorney Kim is hollering out attorney-client privilege. But I want to put this on the record. When I'm acting in my official capacity, I shouldn't have to go out and find no lawyer. Attorney Kim's supposed to give me a city-appointed lawyer to protect and represent me in my official capacity. He do it for them, he do it for the mayor, but he discriminates against me. It is because of race, political orientation, or whatever. And I done got tired of it. And look at it walking around there. What's gonna happen, or what I hope happens, is when we flip that vote, he's gonna be one of the first ones to go. Say what, you out of order? What you said?
I see a request for information.
Oh, okay, stop the clock, I guess.
So, since you were under oath, did you promote T-shirts with Regis Reddit on there for my organization?
Since I'm under oath and I'm different from you, I call you a handkerchief-head Negro. Somebody made T-shirts and passed them out, and you and Quincy got mad. I still believe until you prove me different, you a handkerchief-head Negro. You identifying with some white folk more than you is me a black man. Now prove me wrong.
Anyone else in the second round? Anyone else in the second round?
Madam Chair.
Ms. Brown.
So when you, Attorney Kim is not in the seat. Attorney Kim, it would be greatly appreciated while we are having this, is the city's legal attorney, if you would be in your seat, please. Because half of these problems could have been prevented if you had given them legal advice. You allowed them to do a censure on me that had zero truth in it, and video to follow it up that proved they lied. And then you didn't sign off on these beforehand, which you said you don't have to afterward, which is actually kind of smart. I wouldn't put my name on to after I got what I wanted. I wouldn't. So that was pretty clever and smart. But how y'all gonna vote on this? She called herself a handkerchief pig. She called herself one. It's in writing. Council President Liddell Lewis, is this your right of Flint Second Ward? Did you make this statement?
See, there she go again.
It said it's got her Flint Second Ward. She was going back and forth. She was so excited to appease the racist people. And boy, and thank you to the Facebook folks who be out there screenshotting. Thank you to y'all.
record and call yourself one, then you come in and say, you're offended. You can't be offended. You are proud. I want you to wear it with pride like you said. Wear it with pride. If calling fair game makes me a handkerchief, I will wear it with pride. Well, you have a handkerchief head crown that you put on yourself. You did this. See, you were in a forum with racist people and you were comfortable. That's the setting you resided in, so you got relaxed. You got relaxed enough and made a public record. Put it on social media. Attorney Kim, did you know she called herself her handkerchief head Negro? Attorney Kim, did you know she called herself a handkerchief head Negro?
Nope. What's the matter with her, man? Oh, okay.
That she made it before this. She had already called herself one. She proclaimed her fame as a handkerchief head Negro. Did you know, before she had you write this resolution up, when she sent it over to you, did she tell you, which she should have, because she is your client, and I'd have told you about acting like their personal client. You work the entire city, but you're not working for us. Did she tell you she called herself a handkerchief head Negro?
If you're asking about any private conversations that I had with Dr. Lewis, I must decline to answer on behalf of attorney-client privilege.
Okay, so.
Do Attorney Kim want us to both to go into closed session and answer these questions?
Thank you. And that's a good question. Would you feel?
Yeah, and I'm knowing that if you don't want to answer publicly, we can both go in closed session on these issues. And maybe he will or won't answer, but we'll be making a record. You can't play that game.
So that's your
Yeah.
Okay, proceed.
So she is not your client, the only one up here. See, that's where you got it wrong, Attorney Kim. You allow this garbage to go forth as if they are only your client. I'm elected to this damn seat too. You're supposed to represent me. So when this garbage come up here, you have a responsibility to stop it. Hey, what about this handkerchief head Negro? She called herself one. She's making you and your law degree look frivolous and wasteless.
Hey, what is your request?
Is it possible, Ms. Burns, that he could be in the middle of the conspiracy?
I don't know, Ms. May. I need to get out what I got to say. And I'm going to tell you, Attorney Kim, because I'm sick of this. You sent up 3 frivolous censures, and you as an attorney, which research is your job. And you didn't do your job. You allowed them to lie after lie after lie after lie. You're the city attorney. We can't trust you. And then you're going to say attorney-client privilege for them. I need some attorney-client. I need some counsel. Because I need one to take it to court. So I'm imploring for you. Because I'm suing Liddell Lewis, Quincy Murphy, Judy Priestley, Candace Michelle, and Eva Virgil for lying on me. I want my attorney-client privilege. Every single statement they put in there, because you are the person before it is signed off on and it goes into record, you have a responsibility to make sure it is true and factual. You are our vetting process. If we can't trust you, our city attorney, who can we trust? Who can we trust? You allowing them to come politically lynch us at your hands. What? Sick of you.
Me too. Get him out.
Yes. Like I said one day last week, Attorney Kim, you created all of this. You created all of this. You made this. A lot of things that are going on up here on this council shouldn't be going on. This is a waste of time. But see, we got some immature members up here. We got some council members up here, they power hungry. I don't care nothing about power. I'm here to take care of the people. I'm here to serve the people. We got a council member up here that thinks she's superior because she has a PhD. But with her PhD, she has a fixed mindset. She doesn't have a growth mindset. Because if she did, she would quit poking at Councilman Mays and other people that don't agree with her. She makes a difference. No, she doesn't identify with black people. She identified with the white councilwoman over there because she allowed the white councilwoman to call a black councilwoman ghetto. She supported her appeal. This is ridiculous. And they want to say that Councilman Mays should be suspended for behaviors unbecoming of a council member. What about your behavior? Ridiculous.
About that attorney unbecoming.
Yes, he is very unbecoming. Because first of all, how come this is not signed by Attorney Kim?
Say what?
These resolutions are not signed by Attorney Kim.
Deniability. We want to deny it.
Yeah, so should we even be voting on these resolutions? Attorney Kim didn't sign these resolutions. He don't want his signature on this. Oh yeah. He don't want his signature on these suspensions and censures. It's a waste of time.
He signed the $40 million.
Oh yeah, he signed that. We got Councilwoman Worthy sitting up here calling people ghetto. That made national news. It made national news. In fact, there was an article that was put out there too. The school that she worked for at that time, yeah, they told her, you either got to step down from that council or you got to remove yourself from us. She should have got a suspension. But see, there's a different treatment. There's a double standard. And they come in every week poking at Councilman Mays, provoking him, antagonizing him, taunting him. And I'm tired of it.
All right, everyone, please everyone.
Madam Chair.
Mr. Parker.
So, even the revised resolution, it speaks in generalities. Because they don't have anything documented, so So they want to speak in generalities. Since, Madam Chair, since Councilwoman Judy Priestley introduced the amendment, through you, Ms. Priestley, on what occasion did Councilman Mays use aggressive and profane language towards other members of City Council? I think that that should be part of the record. And not speak in generalities, speak to the specifics. So what days, so that I can write that down. Note the record that they don't want to answer the questions.
They got their 5 votes.
Madam Chair, through you to Councilwoman Priestley, when did Councilman Mays mock and belittle individuals with medical conditions and disabilities? What date and time can I have for that for the record? Note that Ms. Priestley doesn't want to answer. Such actions violate section 304 in that they do not reflect appropriate decorum. What is appropriate decorum? Can Attorney Kim, what is the definition of appropriate decorum? I think the definition of appropriate decorum should be out next. And acts are not respectful towards constituents. We want to talk about what's not respectful towards constituents. How about weaponizing the police against everyone? How is that?
Don't stop, Rich. Don't stop, Rich.
Don't stop. Keep recording.
Don't stop, Rich.
Ain't no law. Ain't no rules.
Don't stop,
Ain't
Rich.
no rules. You can keep recording.
Keep recording. They're making you stop recording.
Why?
I did not tell him to stop recording.
Then leave him alone.
He will text you and tell
Leave
you
him alone.
something. He will text you. He right there.
Point of order.
Clerk's not ordering.
My point of order is, a regular citizen, what's his name, here and have microphones all up here in this circle. I got a resolution at Baton Rouge in Louisiana, and in this public meeting, people all up everywhere. Where Rich standing at, y'all need to leave him alone.
Thank you.
Hey, he might text you.
Madam Clerk, can I get some time? I would like to know why we are singling out Mr. Mays when, if we want to say that certain acts are unbecoming of a city council member, why are we singling out Mr. Mays? Because there have been multiple violations from multiple people up here.
Right.
And I'm no angel. I swear all the time. I swear all the time. Matter of fact, Madam Chair, I make a motion to amend the title of this to resolution suspending Councilman Eric Mays and Dennis Pfeiffer, and I so move.
Support.
There's a motion to amend the resolution to add Dennis Pfeiffer to the resolution, stating the resolution suspending Councilman Eric Mays and Dennis Pfeiffer for conduct on the conduct of a council member. And that amendment has been supported by Tanya Burns.
Madam Chair,
He's home.
see,
Please, Mr. Mays, you don't have to say it's okay. All right, thank you, Mr. Mays.
all right, thank you. Let me say this in all sincerity. In all sincerity. with a heavy heart, holding back tears from my eyes. Y'all remember the James Petty Bridge, the Civil Rights Movement?
Yeah.
And you seen Martin Luther King there?
Yeah.
It was always somebody white locking arms with me. Now here he's locking arms with me. Tip his hat to his brother down. That's who I knew. Me and Dennis had an inside joke. I called him Sandpiper, but that's a whole other thing. But I'm telling you, that's the only way we gonna make it in Flint.
That's right. That's right.
We gotta stick together.
That's right.
And that's what we trying to tell Liddell, Quincy, Eva, Priestley, and Michelle. You don't stick together for wrong. You stick together for right. There's a difference.
That's right.
Now, do we expect this amended resolution to pass?
No. No. No.
Say it again.
No.
I don't expect it to pass.
No.
But guess what? I do expect the original one to pass.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
My mind already fixed and straight. You know what we do in the Baptist church? We say, when you hear my home going,
Don't worry about me. When you hear my home going, don't worry.
I better hold on for a minute. I'll be back with y'all. Let me get myself together. Can I get an amen? Amen. I said, can I get an amen? The serious part of this is the next thing coming up on these resolutions is $40 million. Neely, Liddell, and others want to put that $40 million in the general fund. That's their pocket. We've been fighting for months and years to get that money to the residents. We want to get it to home improvement, small businesses. They're trying to take me out of the equation on some of the most serious discussions I've had in the 10 years that I've sat here. But I done learned over the 10 years. Patience is the first. Maurice, you know I've seen council people come and go. Maurice, you know I've argued with the Kate Fields, the Griggs, the Monica Galloways, you, and everybody. And I'm gonna keep arguing. I don't want that first ward unrepresented for no time.
We don't need to.
The first ward residents deserve a representative in this seat. When you come up with stuff messing with me, you messing with a bunch of other folks that ain't happen to do that. So I want to watch them. I want to see what they do. I want them to give each other high fives and vote and remove me for 90 days. I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to deal with it one way or another. So, Dennis Pfeiffer, cut it out. Don't be trying to choke me up because you're the brother of John Pfeiffer. Y'all something else. We'll see how long they stay to get the business done when I'm here now. I'm going to ask y'all to do me one more favor. Fight now to do that $40 million deal with Montgomery. They try to say do that and the city can make 40 or 400,000 bonus by doing it at the end of the year. We don't need that 40 or 400,000.
That's
What we need is 15 to 20 million to help the people who go there, go with a one-time opportunity. So y'all can have me fired up. God bless you.
All right. Anyone else?
Yes.
Mr. Murphy.
Thank you. I'll be voting against, this add-on to give you, 90 days. What I suggest is if you feel in, your wanting to protest or whatever the outcome may come.
Pfeiffer made those shirts.
Whatever the outcome, excuse me. Hold on, excuse me.
He made the shirts.
I'm the audience. I hear somebody back there in the audience saying something, so I'm gonna pause.
I did. I said he made the shirts. The one that hurts your feelings, he made it.
Sir, you are continuing to your line.
I'm trying to be cool about this situation, but we have a dialogue about subject matter, and this young man, I don't know who he is out in the audience, is blurting out in our conversation. And right now, we have a dialogue. Now, if it ain't public speaking time right now. And I don't have no problem having some dialogue with you on anything if that's what you want.
Point of order. So if Mr. Murphy is sincere about having dialogue with him, you realize that he can call him up to the mic if he chooses.
Point of order. Madam Chair, Rule 27.2, which states, Councilman Murphy cannot, and I want to read it because y'all don't follow the rules. Last Monday, you were making a rule. It says, during any portion of any meeting, council members may not engage in any type of argumentative discourse with members of the audience at any time and for any reason. Councilman Murphy should be warned.
Wow.
So Mr. Murphy was not being argumentative. He offered to have There has been an appeal to ruling of the chair by Ms. Was that you, Mr. Francis?
Yeah.
It is the appeal supported by Tanya Burns. And that is the chair ruling that Mr. Murphy was not being argumentative when he offered to have dialogue. Go ahead, Mr. Williams.
Yeah, Madam Chair, I'm not trying to really prolong the day. My mind is made up. It's fixed. I'm gonna try to push for certain business to be done, whether I'm here or not. We know we're going into court, and we'll see what happens. So I ain't doing this to prolong nothing. I'm doing it because it is what it is. When Mr. Murphy busts his eyes and lean up, I done seen it with me. You done seen it. I know what argumentative is. It's an interpretation. And all Mr. Murphy had to do is just like what we were telling you. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. I could have said when they stood up and clapped, they was distracting me. I stood up with it. An audience is just that, an audience. You ever been to a Beyonce concert, Taylor Swift? You ever been to a wrestling match or anything at North Federal? Keep it moving. He done bucked his eyes and leaned back, just like he tells me about in the street. And don't call him this or don't call me that. The gentleman in the audience might not know when he's being argumentative. I do because I've experienced it over 10, 12 times since he's been on this council. Yeah. Calling me a disgrace. He ought to be ashamed of himself. He's nodding his head now.
Oh no.
Yeah, but he's sick. When they see him at the State of the City, they say, Mays, y'all need to pray for him. That's how pitiful they say we're looking. Now he up here antagonizing and acting a fool. God ain't never like us. And don't too much do God like prayer. Now here he up here in the middle of this, nodding his head when I say you call me a disgrace. If that proper decorum, you a disgrace. The other day he talked about my skin. I guess they say I'm mocking him because I say my skin. My brain. What about your skin? Is that the mocking y'all talking about? If somebody mock me, my voice, my brain, I talk about their skin. Y'all know all of what y'all got on here, but it's vague. It ain't specific. We need to know the specifics of what y'all talking about. I hope the court want to know the specifics. Y'all is outrageous, and we making a record. Quit arguing with folks, Mr. President.
Mrs. Priestley, Mr. Mays, please, that's your time. The first was Priestley, and then Ms. Warden.
Yes. Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to limit debate on all appeals to one round of 2 minutes, only relating only to the maker of the appeal and the chair.
Support. All right, so just to be clear, there is a motion on the floor to limit debate till you said one.
Point of order.
So, what is your point of order?
This is my point of order without me even looking at the book. The rule book gonna tell you that you have to engage the council people, and they done made a motion to limit it to the maker of the motion or something, if I'm hearing right. But in order to change a rule on an appeal, you gotta go through 1-801 of the chart. In order to change council rules, you have to have a 2-week posting, a public hearing, and change it. You can't change council rules that's written with motion. So I'm gonna urge y'all, as you entertain her motion, to listen carefully. She wanna limit it to who makes the appeal and cut folk out, but that ain't what the rule says. You need me to state the rule?
No. But if you want, no. So, no, Mr. Mays.
Who you hollering at? I just politely asked you something.
I said,
Mr.
Mays, no. So, Ms. Priestley, want to make sure that I heard exactly what you're saying. So, limit debate to one round of 2 minutes. Proceed.
Point of order, request for information.
What is your request?
From you to Ms. Priestley, didn't you say something about the maker of the appeal, some only?
Mr. Mays, the chair is getting clarity. As we heard.
One round of 2 minutes, limited only to the maker of the appeal and the chair for all appeals throughout the night.
Limited only to the,
Limited, sorry for
limited only to the
maker of the appeal and the chair for the remainder of the meeting.
Point of order. Point of order.
All right, so what is your point of order?
That is a change of the rule, so that would require a 2/3 vote, is that correct?
Point of request for information.
So I can't rule on this point of order.
Request for information. Through you, Mr. Speaker, if you look at rule each member may speak is really more than a 2/3 vote. It's the way you suspend them, but then if you're gonna change them, you gotta go through a procedure. So did you know that she's trying to limit members from speaking?
All right, so back to the point of order. I'm going to go ahead and refer this to our attorney. So, Mr. Kim, just to make sure that we are in line.
Yes, Rule 17.1 states that the council, under motion to limit or extend debate, states that the council may decide by majority vote to limit the term of time for discussion of a pending motion, or to modify or remove limitations already imposed. This may include a limited time for each council member to speak to the issue. 17.2 states that if each council member has a limited time to speak, this time limit shall include any questions asked and or answered at the council member's request. And Rule 17.3 states that a motion to limit or extend debate is not
Request for information.
Okay, so, all right, so we're going to go ahead and
Point of order.
request for information. Wait until you are acknowledged. This was first. So, Mr. Pfeiffer, what was your request for information?
Through you to the speaker, does that say eliminate council members or limit council members?
Point of order, Madam Chair.
All right, so now that we have that answer, we're going to go to Mr. Mays.
Yeah, point of order, Madam Chair.
Mr. Mays. So, what is your point of order?
This is my point, and it's very important for you to know if you're going to try to check. A point of order is the highest privilege motion. It's higher than a point of information. And you need to really know that, because a point of order stops everything and is dealing with a breach. Attorney Kim has butted his nose in the business, and you're 100% right, Mr. Pfeiffer. That rule he read, the 17.1 rule to limit debate, that ain't even proper, because what she's doing is trying to change the rule to limit each council member. And the rule on an appeal, Ms. Lewis, that you gotta make a decision on, you gotta try to change where it says in 1.2, each member may speak once regarding an appeal. She can't change it to just who made the appeal and the chair. But you know,
That's Judy Priestley.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on. So, we have a motion on the floor to limit the debate to 1 round or 2 minutes.
Point of order, Madam Chair. That motion is no good. If you persist, I'm appealing the ruling that you're saying is a proper motion on the floor.
According to Rule 17.1, 17.2, and 17.3, as well as the precedent set by this body, and according to your own testimony, that this council body has the power to vote things up and down.
I appeal the ruling, Madam Chair.
The chair hasn't finished. But that's fine. So we will go to the chair is stating that this is proper. So now we have an appeal of the ruling of the chair by Mr. Mays. Is there support? Support by Mr. Pfeiffer. And this appeal is about this appeal is,
I think you gonna forget, Mr. Mays. What's the matter with it now?
No, you can't appeal, we're in the middle of an appeal. We're in the middle of an appeal. We're in the middle of an appeal.
Say what?
I said, we're in the middle of an appeal, so we can't appeal.
What is that appeal?
We go ahead and talk to the chief of the records. What is your point?
Didn't you take your motion in the middle of it?
What the?
You just walk around the road, you can't take an appeal. So we're going to go, Madam Clerk, can you please let us know the appeal you stated for the record?
The current appeal is that
you, said that Ms. Priestley's motion was proper at this time, and Mr. May said it was not a proper motion.
Okay, so, but we were in an appeal for that, so what was the appeal for that?
That Mr. May, I'm sorry, that you said that Mr. Murphy was, not being.
That's what I'm
Did you finish?
That you said Mr. Murphy.
Councilman Murphy.
Madam Clerk, I believe the appeal that was pending was.
Point of order, Madam Chair.
What is it?
He needs to keep his nose out of his business. He let the clerk do her job and he had to do his. He out of order.
Okay, so I want to go ahead and
Trying to get something straight. He's not a member.
Mr. Mayor, you don't have to.
Point of order.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Go
Point of order.
Mr. Mayor,
I can't hear her, but you.
because you're point of ordering. If you don't have the floor, you can say what.
Point of order.
You already said it. We're trying to get
Point
to the
of
clerk.
order.
We're trying to, what's your point?
When I say point of order, your job is to cease and everybody stop talking. And then you ask what's my point of order. You continues to argue with me when I say point of order trying to clear these procedural facts. And you let the white folks and the Chinese folks just blurt out. And you hollering at me like I'm in the second grade and I'm using proper etiquette calling a point of order. So for right now, that's what I'm getting tired of. I'm trying to hear what she's saying, not what he's talking about. Every time we ask him something, he say attorney-client privilege. You asked her.
Mr.
Let the clerk do her job and then you try to do it.
Mr. Mayor, if you persist to interrupt me this order, you will be removed from this meeting.
Point of order. Are you telling me a point of order is a disruption?
What we're telling you, Mr. Mayor, after you acknowledge, then the chair will take it from here. If you proceed, you will be removed from this meeting. So, as we were proceeding, Madam Clerk, did you find it?
Yes.
Go ahead.
The appeal was that you ruled that Mr. Murphy was not being argumentative with the parties.
Okay, so we were still on the appeal about Mr. Murphy, being argumentative. So we're there, okay? And so we can't start a new appeal on top of an appeal according to Robert Rule 24. So that appeal is improper, and we're going to go ahead and proceed.
Point of order, Madam Chair.
What is your point of order?
So you ruling that her motion was still proper in the middle of an appeal?
You can't appeal in the middle of the appeal.
You didn't hear my question. We were in an appeal on that you rule with Murphy. You entertained her motion in the middle of an appeal to limit people talking in debate. You still believe that was proper?
Look, we have a motion about time, I do get it. So a motion on the floor, which is not debatable, was about time. So this was not a motion, a general motion. So we're going to your appeal is not proper, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to vote on this motion about limiting time to extend debate. It's actually on debate. What is your point?
You ain't getting it. If you rule it on a vote, which is the key thing, we got to have the right to appeal your decision. I mean, do you know early in the meeting, y'all would let me make a motion. Now you let Ms. Priestley make a motion and we can't even appeal your decision according to your logic. That motion was improper until after we vote on the appeal, on this appeal. And I'm citing the rules. The rules say each member get the chance to speak. Now, if you thinking that we gonna have a motion This ain't a motion to limit debate. What we saying, this is a motion to suspend the rules because it's stopping people from speaking. And if you call it a motion to limit debate, you and Attorney Kim, and we disagree with your decision, we got to be able to appeal and say, hey, we want a vote to suspend the rules, at least. You can't just bulldoze us like that.
All right, so according to Robert Rule 24.3, I'm going to go ahead and ask our attorney about the timing of the motion to extend debate so we can move on. So, Attorney Kim, could you please clarify this to see if the motion to limit debate is in order?
Yes, the motion to limit debate is a subsidiary motion that can be raised to effect while the main motion is pending. The main motion here is the appeal. In addition, Rule 24.3 states that if a point of order is raised while the appeal is pending, there is no appeal from the chair's decision on the point of order.
Okay, thank you.
Point of order, Madam Chair.
Mr. Mayor, what do you want?
A motion to limit debate is different from a motion to suspend the rules. In order to suspend the rules to keep people from talking on an appeal, you gotta suspend them. Because the rule we have, I ain't worried about whether they talk 1 or 2 minutes. That's a motion to limit debate when you read. But what we're concerned about is in this motion, it says, can 2 people talk? That's suspending the rule.
Mr. Mayor, so we're trying to get to your point of order. So your point of order is what? Because you don't have the floor to continue a debate.
My point, no, it's a point of order. Attorney Kim is 100% wrong. If we try to suspend the rules, where if I appeal something, fight for second, she done put a motion on the floor that says only you, me, and you can talk.
Mr. Mayor, you're debating. This is not a point of order. So state the rule that has been broken, because you don't have the floor.
Rule 1.2. It says that each member may speak once regarding an appeal for 3 minutes per council person.
Okay, all right, thank you, Mr. Mayor. So then your ruling is denied, because when we go to Rule 17.1, 17.2, and 17.3, it states that this is a subsidiary motion, and therefore the body is at liberty to limit and extend debate according to how we vote. So if you are not in favor, you will either vote this up or vote this down. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and ask for a second. Is there a second to Mrs. Priestley's motion? Okay, good.
I supported it.
Oh, you supported it? Okay, thank you. Just want to be clear. So seconded by Ms. Worthing. And so right now, we are either going to vote it up or down. So right now, we are looking to limit debate to 1 round of 2 minutes, and that's limited only to the maker of the appeal and chair for the rest of the evening. So just want to read that to the record again. We want to, the motion.
You stop delaying and get to the damn roll call.
You're out of order, and that's an order. So we are limited to order. What is the order?
I'm going to appeal your warning to Mr. Pfeiffer.
You can't appeal during an appeal.
That's what I say, you're wrong.
You can't appeal during an appeal. So, Mr. Ladies, you do not have the floor. So we are going to vote on, with no debate, limit debate to 1 round of 2 minutes, limited only to the mayor. What is your point?
You can't vote to change that rule.
Mr. Mays, we already discussed this, thank you.
And you
so, Mr. Mays, you don't have the floor, and you are out of order. Mr. Mays, you are being disorderly. You keep interrupting the chair, but the chair is trying to chair. That is the second order. So you are asked to be removed from this meeting. You are removed from closed session, 3110, is literally found out the slot jail on this regular person. And it's subject to the Madam Clerk, roll call for a 5-minute recess.
This is crazy.
No. We're in the middle of a roll call. Mr. Mayor, you are to be removed. Roll call.
Anybody else who can appeal a decision of the chair. This ain't a dictatorship. This ain't a tyrant. You ain't Hitler.
Mr. Mayor, you don't have the floor. So roll call, Madam Clerk.
And I'm appealing your decision.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Madam Chair, you had point of orders before.
We
Yeah, you
identified-
had objection.
And we identified,
No,
we
you did not. You went
identified the
into a
point of
rage.
order, we let you
Madam
speak.
Chair.
So now
Madam
we're on
Chair,
to the roll
you had-
call.
you didn't
Miss
acknowledge-
Miller, you don't have a
Point of
floor.
order, I do. Point of order, point of order, point of order.
Point of order.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Roll call, Madam
Point
Clerk.
of order.
Roll call, Madam
Point
Clerk.
of order. You need to remove yourself. The rules clearly state that you must stop. We cannot get into the roll call because we had all said there was objection. You still have point of orders on the floor. You had not yet acknowledged. Right. You have to acknowledge though. And there were objections. There were objections. Listen, listen.
Madam Chair will listen, but I did. And so therefore, we can't do this.
You know what?
And then
I
there's no roll call.
hope they need to, I hope these residents see this because you are out of control.
Me too.
You
I already
have to
did.
acknowledge
Roll call, Madam Chair, for our 5-minute recess. Roll call.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
She gonna jump on you, Mr. Murphy. She gonna jump on you, Mr. Murphy. My third ward.
Ms. Priestley?
Somebody got to represent. What you gotta do?
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
No.
The vote is 4 yes, 5 no.
The vote is 4 yes, 5 no. The recess has been denied. So, all right, so do we have another point of order? Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to where we were. So we were in the process of removing Mr. Mays for being disorderly. According to the disorderly person subsection.
Point of order is under appeal.
According to the disorderly person subsection, Mr. Mays is being removed from this meeting for persistently removing.
Point of order. Point of order.
Point of order. What is your point? I hear you. What is your point?
Every decision of the chair is under debate, or under appeal.
Denied, because according to the reading of this ordinance from the city hall subsection, it states, you don't have the floor, Ms. Barnes, that's
You
your
don't know
warning.
what you're doing, Madam Chair.
That's your warning. According to our rules.
I appeal the decision
Any
of the
person,
chair.
that's fine. Any person that persists,
Point of order, it is your job to ask for a second.
we're in the middle. We still have an appeal. You can't appeal the appeal.
Listen, you